Why, hello, replay viewers. Let's see who tunes on in. Alfred Clues up there in Canada, first one in the room, and Rouge Jones, welcome. Shout out to all the channel members. Khalid Rampersad, welcome. Good to see you there, Chiladian. Good to see you, Esteban. Good to see you, DeBailey out there in London. Respect the face. Good to see you. The Brooklyn Honcho. Good to see you. Good to see you, Nadine Smith. It is a beautiful day in New York. It's a hot day in Trinidad, but you know what? It's a beautiful day here in New York. Good to see you, Arjan. Arjan, I hope you're feeling well. Good to see you, Mike. Welcome. Good to see you, Mark Friedman. Welcome. Good to see you there. Want to be. Welcome. Good to see you, the Ord Empire. Welcome. Good to see you, Phyllis. I guess notifications went out. Good to see you, Phyllis. Welcome. Welcome to Lower Manhattan. Ken McGrath out there in Ireland. Good to see you, Ken. You're going to be in New York tomorrow, Ken. There's a lot of people from Ireland in town. Bloody hell. I had a whole big family from Ireland on my tour this morning. And I guess a lot of Irish people. Are you coming in for the marathon? Oh my God, that's what we're going to do today, folks. We're going to walk up Broadway, and I'm going to make my way to the finish line of the New York City Marathon. Good to see you, Maria. Oh, welcome. Working but listening. It's all good. Marathon Sunday, Ken. 52,000 people will run in the New York City Marathon. Kind of amazing. Here we are, right near my Squire Diner right over there. That's where I just had some lunch. I had me a bacon cheeseburger sandwich. Or a bacon cheeseburger, that's what it's called, right? Let's walk off my bacon cheeseburger and fries and a Coca-Cola. And let's make our way to the finish line of the New York City Marathon. Crazy Coney Island kid, good to see you. Yes, the Rockefeller Christmas tree is on the way. I heard it's coming is it next week? It's coming next week or something like that. It is Christmas time in New York all over again. And all is well out here in New York. Sleeping out there in Rio de Janeiro, well, wake on up with me, or you could have me on in the background. That's perfectly fine. How am I doing, Arjan? I am doing fantastic. Had a lovely bicycle tour this morning with some folks from the United Kingdom, some folks from actually London, to be more precise, some folks from Ireland, and I had Florida and Montreal. So nice group of people. Had a lovely ride this morning. It's a beautiful day in New York, as you can tell. One of your relatives is here in Queens. Awesome. Queens, a lovely borough here in New York. Welcome to Water Street. This is the original coastline of Manhattan Island. Everything on this side of the street, everything to the left-hand side of the street, built on landfill back during the British era. And this is the South Street Seaport. We're not going to go into the South Street Seaport today because we got to make our way to the finish line of the New York City Marathon, and there is something going on along Broadway that I'm hoping to be able to show you guys. So we have some entertainment along the way too. And yes, for the one time or two times a month we do it, we will be walking through the Petri dish of Times Square, and I will act like a complete freaked out human being. It's going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. But Rio de Janeiro, yes indeed, the sunshine is out. Good to see you there. Jerry, welcome. I will be streaming the marathon. I'll be between the blue and orange corrals at mile number 2. So for the first few miles of the marathon, some of y'all may not know, there are 3 separate lines for the marathon, for elite runners, sub-elite runners, and then everybody else. So I'll be at mile number 2, I will be broadcasting both from the orange corral and blue corral coming into Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I'll probably get a bounce back and forth between those 2 corrals at mile number 2 on the Brooklyn side of the Verizon Narrows Bridge. And then we're going to make our way all the way to mile 25 later on in the afternoon and see those last-minute runners come in as the sun sets here in the greatest city in the world. Good to see you, Moni, out there in Germany. Guten Tag, Germany. Good to see you there, RJ. Welcome. And yeah, we're going to see that tree in Rockefeller Center. We will see that tree in Rockefeller Center on this channel. Good to see you, Paulette. Welcome. Good to see you, Uncle Nash. Welcome. Good to see you, Lily. Welcome. Good to see you, Miss J. Payne. Welcome. Did notifications go out today? I think notifications went out today. Wow, notifications actually went out today. It's kind of crazy. I'm not used to that now. YouTube, the algorithm was punishing me as of late. and nobody was getting notifications. It seems like we have notifications today. Try to cross Fulton Street here, because I want to show you something on the other side of the street over there. I want to show you guys something. This is Fulton Street, everybody. They did go out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, notifications for my channel have not been going out the last few weeks. So maybe we finally turned around here. Maybe we finally turned it around here and made it and fixed it. But anyway, look at this. Right here on the corner of Fulton. And what is this here? I think I want to call this Pearl, because the Pearl Street Diner is right down over there. The site of the first electrical generation power station right here. Thomas Alva Edison, kind of amazing. September 4th, 1882, they started tinkering around with electricity right here. To think this was right here all those years ago. YouTube algorithm is different than everyone else's. Yes, it is. The algorithm is different for different users of YouTube. You did get the notification. Nice. Good to see you, Neil. Good to see you, Ian. You worked there for Tesla. Worked for Edison once. Yes, he did, Ian. Yes, he did. Shocking indeed. Shocking indeed. All right. History's all around us, folks. Let's continue on. We got to make our way up onto Broadway. Make our way up Broadway. Good to see you, Ramona. Welcome. Good to see you, Jeanette Trainer. Out there in London. Yeah, I mean, out there in Glasgow. Out there in Glasgow, Jeanette Trainer is watching from. Yeah, we got to start. A lovely day for a wander. I have to say, and I'm going to have to really watch Prism Live here, because Prism Live likes to mess with the contrast. New York is living history, absolutely. As a New York City tour guide, I concur. I completely, wholeheartedly agree. To wander New York City is to wander through the 20th century machine, modernity. For all its ills, its goods. Beautiful damn day in New York, though. Tell you what, Goldilocks weather today, everybody. Goldilocks weather. If you're coming here to New York from right now until Sunday, don't go to museums, don't go shopping, stay outside. Visit all the damn parks here in New York. New York pizza, delicious. Nash, the elephant experiment happened in Coney Island. That was Thomas Edison. I don't think Tesla had any involvement with the electrocution of Topsy the elephant in Coney. But the electrocution of Topsy the elephant, like the third or fourth time a motion picture camera was used outside of a studio. Video available here on YouTube. Look at that beautiful shot. One World Trade Center. We're going to walk right towards it now. Going to walk right towards One World Trade Center and make our way up Broadway. We're not going to go to the World Trade Center today because we're going to go to the World Trade Center tomorrow. There's something fun happening tomorrow. A holiday tradition. So stay tuned, because tomorrow we're going to have another fun afternoon. Look at that. Yes. Look at that, people. New York in all of its glory. Oh my God. Nash, you know I know everything. Or almost. When it comes to Topsy the elephant, bloody hell. Poor Topsy the elephant. Topsy the elephant probably fed a cigar a couple of times in her sad life. She helped move the trip to the moon ride from Steeplechase Park to Luna Park. But as a publicity stunt for Luna Park had its own like power generation station, and they wanted to know, well, they wanted to show people how strong it was, how powerful it was. So Topsy got a little bit out of hand after being abused quite a bit in her life. She lashed out at a human being, killed that human being. Her handler walked off the job, would not participate in the execution of his elephant. And yeah, pretty sad. Topsy was electrocuted to show how powerful Thomas Edison, what is it? Direct current, right? It's direct current. How powerful direct current was. But tomorrow we're going to have a fun day tomorrow. kind of funny when people try not to be on camera and then they end up being way more on camera. Anyway, Susan Ingalls, good to see you, Susan. Welcome. Elephants did have a hard time in this city back in the day. Right, DC, right? It was DC. Direct current. Yeah, poor Topsy. Topsy was made into like a kinescope. You could pay like a penny and see her execution. Now you can see it here on YouTube for absolutely free. But it's like the 4th time a motion picture camera has ever been used outside of a specially made building. Beautiful day here in New York. Tell you what. Look at this. Oh, wow. Shining. One World Trade Center. 1,776 feet tall, or 542 meters tall. Good to see you, Flo. Happy Wednesday. I can smell the Popeyes coming out of that. I can smell fried chicken. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a Powerball ticket. And if I hit the $1 billion on Powerball, here is my guarantee to you, the viewer. Are you guys ready for this? If I hit tonight's Powerball and win, what's $2 billion, whatever the hell it is, I will buy an apartment in this building. Here it is. We're on Dutch Street now. And if I hit the Powerball, I'm going to buy an apartment right here in 19 Dutch. And this apartment will only have one purpose and one purpose only. And that is to live stream from. So this will be my live stream apartment if I hit the Powerball tonight. Pray that I win, Mark, because then I'll be on live stream all the damn time. And I could say that I live on Dutch Street. And then everyone will know where I live. And the live streams will get rather wacky after that. You know, you hold the camera up too and people begin looking at what you're doing. Anyway, Dutch Street, awesome, Ian, yes indeed. Go talk to the realtor. Yeah, no, I already know the apartment prices in there. I'm kind of obsessed over that building. If you're a fan of my radio show, on one of the Earth cameras, we saw that building get built. So it was a staple on the radio show, is to see that building get built. I could get a nice 2-bedroom in there for like $3,700 a month. This is tight streets over here in Lower Manhattan. Tight streets here in Lower Manhattan. Sights and sounds of New York. Kind of walking past the Fulton Street Transit Hub right now. And the new thing in Lower Manhattan, which I'm still not completely used to, is all the weed shops. There's all the shops, people. All the shops. All the weed shops. It is fun seeing all the business guy suits hitting their weed vapes and just smoking flat out spliffs in the morning. But it's a little scary where construction workers also doing the same thing. I see quite a few construction workers breaking out massive spliffs in the morning with their coffee. It's always kind of funny. Good to see you, Douglas Patiglia. Aloha, Douglas. Good to see you. Welcome. We're about to turn the corner from Fulton Street here. Make our way finally onto Broadway. The meat and potatoes of this live stream. And one of my favorite buildings is about to merge in front of us. These teenagers, what the hell? One of my favorite buildings here in New York City. Here it is, everyone. Here is St. Paul's Chapel. One of the oldest continuously used buildings in New York City, St. Paul's Chapel, completed in 1797. The original version of St. Paul's Chapel burned down in the Great Fire of 1776. Good to see you there, John. Welcome. There you go, Nash. Welcome. But When George Washington became our president, April 30th, 1789, George Washington had his inaugural procession march north along Broadway, along today's Canyon of Heroes. They marched up Broadway from Wall Street. They marched up Broadway from Wall Street and entered the original version of St. Paul's Chapel. And George Washington kneeled on a pillow and prayed for the prosperity and safety of the new country that was beginning to emerge. That pillow still lies in state today in today's St. Paul's Chapel under glass. Pretty amazing. But the building made of Manhattan schist, the bedrock of Manhattan Island. To think this building, when it was first built, it faced the Hudson River. So everything across the street on Church Street on the other side of the block here, it's all built on landfill, including the entire World Trade Center complex. The building does have character. Is it warm today? Edward, it is warm as hell today. Yes, it is. Well, actually, not as warm as yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit warmer. Today's like about a degree or two cooler, but really nice weather. I mean, this is Goldilocks weather. You could just throw in a hoodie. It's cool in the shade. It's kind of warm in the sun. Beautiful tree. We're going to see some lovely foliage when we get to Central Park, everyone. Let's look north along Broadway. We can see the Chrysler building. Chrysler building right up there. One of the first buildings above 1,000 feet. Actually, the second building taller than 1,000 feet. Good to see you, Caesar. Bom tarde, Brazil. I should teach New York history courses at NYU. Rob Law. Rob Law, I am a licensed New York City tour guide. My job is to have fun with people. I take people on adventures and tours, not just here on YouTube, but in real life. My specialties are Central Park, the Brooklyn Bridge, and Coney Island. So I do something amazing. I actually took, what was it? Today I took 10 people over the Manhattan and Brooklyn bridges. It was beautiful. It was a lovely day. Beautiful 2-hour tour. There you go. Beautiful light today. Really, really nice conditions today. City definitely teeming with life today. Zilch, New York City does look very nice today. Good to see you. Have I been to the Rock Center Day of the Dead celebrations? Edward, if you want to see the sculptures for the Day of the Dead week at Rockefeller Center, the other day I went to the top of the Rock because most of the figures are at top of the Rock. So we went to top of the Rock for sunset and we checked out those really cool figures for Day of the Dead. So check out the replay. We did that. Are you retiring to Jersey? That's perfectly fine. Get more space out there in Jersey. You can park a car nice, in the shade, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to get out of the city. I hope you visit soon too. Good to see a Nellie A from St. Petersburg, Russia. Welcome. My favorite skyscraper in all of New York, right here. The Cathedral of Commerce. The Woolworth Building, ladies and gentlemen. The Woolworth Building. The only building in skyscraper history to be paid for its construction in cash. $14.5 million back in the day. That's $2.1 billion in today's money. The lower part of the building is still office space, but the upper floors are lovely apartments. And actually, they're more than just apartments. I've heard them. They're considered like 5-story, 2-story homes up there. You can live at the very top of the Woolworth Building in an apartment or a penthouse called the Pinnacle. Has 10 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms, a private elevator, a private roof deck, turrets out of all 4 corners. Those are your balconies. And it can be yours for the bargain basement price of $79 million. Good to see you, JR. Welcome. Good to see Activity 79. Welcome. What's the highest building around here? We just saw it, John Stevenson. That's One World Trade Center. One World Trade Center. Legit just showed it on the live stream. World Trade Center, back over in that direction, over there, about 2 blocks away. As we make our way north along Broadway once again. The sights and the sounds of the city are all around us. Tallest building in Lower Manhattan and tallest building in New York City. One World Trade Center. There will always be a gentleman's agreement that the World Trade Center will always remain the city's tallest building. That's kind of like a gentleman's agreement they have decided to have. Make sure the contrast on this damn camera here is good. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you like this nonsense. You're going to be here tomorrow. Awesome. Good weather tomorrow. It's going to be a good day here in New York. Actually, a whole marathon week is really good weather. A little bit warm for the marathon, though. That's right. Tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. One World Trade Center.
We brought it back over.
Oh, good. Now, who is that? As we pass City Hall. Just to the right of me here, City Hall Park. And then in a few moments, you'll see City Hall, New York City Hall, the oldest continuously operating city hall in the United States. The building was completed in 1811, opened up for business in 1812. They finished the back of the building originally in Central Park, in Brownstone, because they thought the city wouldn't grow too far north past Chambers Street. Little did they know. For people who picked up what we just looked at, I am really sorry for the audience at home. Correct, Edward, correct. Good to see you there. Photos from around New York. Am I excited for the marathon? Of course I am. Rob Law, actually One World Trade Center does reference the Twin Towers. At the top of the glass, at the top of the, there's like a glass part, right? And like the glass structure. So at the top of the glass structure, One World Trade Center is the exact height of the Twin Towers without the communication mast on top. Obviously, the communication mast on top of One World Trade Center today is a lot taller than the original. But where the glass stops, not the highest floor, but where the glass stops, that's roughly the same height as the Twin Towers. But yes, 1,776 feet with the full spire. The building itself tops out at 1,397 feet. So that's roughly the same height as the original Twin Towers. But be careful with those spamming words and phrases there. Nightbot gets a little annoyed by that. Christian Alexander TV, welcome. Yeah, there's City Hall right there, the oldest continuously operating city hall in the United States. The mayor still has his office in there. City Council has their chambers in there. As we continue north along Broadway, I guess the next landmark we're going to see, let's see if we see him, Casey Neistat. You're going to see Casey Neistat's office for all you Casey Neistat fans coming up next, because we're on YouTube. Good to see you, Sunshine After the Rain. Welcome. Good to see you, MC Dirty Jersey. Welcome.
He said what?
Good to see you, MC Dirty Jersey. You got $1 million you could hold? Yes. If I hit the Mega Millions, everyone will have $1 million they could hold. Maybe. Well, certain terms and conditions may have to apply. Okay. Sally, beautiful view indeed. Good to see you. Welcome. We're making our way up north along Broadway. Got to make our way to the finish line of the New York City Marathon.
But then he said he wanted a party. He wanted a party.
Correct, JR. Yes, well, Freedom Tower is not a real name. Governor Pataki just decided to just call it that one day. He's like, oh, just call it the Freedom Tower, just out of the blue. I don't like the word Freedom Tower because it kind of sounds like dumb tower to me. Buon tarde, Sao Paulo. Buon tarde. Lottery would be nice. A lottery win would be nice. The ABX girl, welcome to the ABX girl. Welcome. Chambers Streets coming up next. Yeah, Edward, I didn't even notice it until last minute. I thought the guy was kind of trying to roll like a cigarette or something like that, but I was wrong. I was wrong. But here we are, Chambers Street, everybody. Looks like they're filming a TV show and or a movie. I see production trucks around. They're always filming something here in New York, because after all, New York is a big movie set, and none of this is real. But there it is, people. One of my favorite statues here in the city. Her name is Civic Fame. Civic Fame perched on top of the city municipal building. Civic Fame is made of copper, clad in 24-karat gold leaf, and she's holding up a crown. The crown has 5 points in it, one for each of our 5 buttos here in New York City. She is the 3rd tallest statue here in New York. And her arm fell off in 2004, but they completely repaired her and replaced her back in 2007. I was here for her replacement back on top of the building, and I have to say it was a quite magnificent sight to see her get lifted with a helicopter. Galatorix from Russia. Privyet. Welcome. And good to see you, Theory Mary. Welcome. Let's continue on here. But across the street here, we have the light. As we cross Chambers, can continue on north along Broadway as we pass in front of the Sun building. This beautiful clock here at the Sun building. The Sun building where the newspaper, The Sun, used to be published from. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Yeah, that was a Sun article right there. Awesome. Flo, that's my job, Flo. That's my job. Tyler Silva, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to, start getting into Soho now. We're kind of leaving Lower Manhattan. Lower Manhattan technically like is below Chambers. So we're going to get into Tribeca right now and then Soho. Oh, traffic. There's a lot of traffic today. Jamie the Rooster, happy Halloween. It's a little late, but happy Halloween. Check out my live stream of the Village Halloween Parade if you missed anything. I think the overblown audio, the overmodulated audio saved us with copyright stuff. So note to self, always have just the microphones plugged in so the music gets a little too loud. Let's just take that sound and take in the music. Where's Lambo? Is Lambo driving in this? No, I wouldn't know. Lower Manhattan does not begin at 14th Street. No. I mean, south of 14th Street, technically you're already in the Village, or you're in the Flatiron District. So, no. I would say the area around 14th Street in general is called Union Square, but that's like the Village. I would call that the Village. Once you get to around 8th Street you have Astor Place. Wow. That is like gloriously annoying. The traffic is crazy today. There's somebody with a, sounds like a broken horn or anti-theft device. So, luckily it's not somebody just leaning on a horn. Now, city's really jumping today. Really jumping today. Travis Weeks, good to see you, Travis. Welcome. As we make our way up Broadway, our ultimate destination today, the finish line to the New York City Marathon. So that means we will be walking through the Petri dish today. Times Square, that is. You call the horns the Symphony of New York. It's New York punctuating itself. JR, it's New York punctuating itself. When New York punctuates itself, people honk the horn. As we make our way to Worth Street, county clerk's office, where people get married. Right down the block over there. About a block. As we continue on north along Broadway. Coming up next, Casey Neistat's office. For all you Casey Neistat fans, do you like vlogging? Well, you're gonna see one of the premier vloggers. I really like his Halloween video. It's like a TikTok, but it's 45 minutes long. When is Battery Park to Inwood Park? Well, you gotta understand that Inwood is at the top of Manhattan, Battery Park is at the bottom of Manhattan. That's 11.5 miles. So, that's a long walk, Edward, and I don't think I'll be doing that on live stream anytime soon from Inwood all the way down to Battery Park. That is a long walk. Be nice. Probably take about 4 hours. Probably 4.5 hours. And that's going right along the waterfront. Good to see you, Norm, in Bangor, Maine. Casey Neistat is super friendly, dude, yeah. Yes, Casey Neistat is. Thank you so much, Maria. Oh, we're coming up to the barricades here of New York City's premier haunted house, the Blood Manor. I actually don't recommend Blood Manor. You know what I recommend going? You want to go to an actual spooky house? Go to the Merchant House Museum over on East 4th Street. Trust me on that. No, it's longer than that, JR. It's more than a 3-hour walk. That is more than a 3-hour walk. If you're going from Inwood all the way down, 3 hours may get you from Harlem, 125th Street, but no. Like today's walk from where I started on Fulton Street up to Central Park, it's going to probably take about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. And that's pretty much going, we're going to pretty much be going nonstop. But no, I would say 3.5 to 4 hours.
I thought it was a long one with a law.
All right. For all you YouTube people out there, who is a fan of Casey Neistat? Well, we're here at his office. The one and the only Casey Neistat. I really appreciate Casey's video about Kanye. Ooh, his lights are on, people. Is Casey Neistat up there? Let's see. Let's zoom in here using the super zoom. Ooh, and I think we have some Casey Neistat fans. Oh yeah, his lights are on. Look at this. Is Casey, now last time we passed by here, Casey flew past us on his electric skateboard. There it is. There's Casey's office. Yeah, the windows are open too, photos. So there's Casey. There's his office. Maybe he's editing. He probably is editing. That's what he does. He edits. He shoots video all day long. Drives his wife crazy. Well, there it is, everyone. The one and the only Casey Neistat's office here at 368 Broadway. Oh, the YouTube history created in that room. No, I'm not going to do that, Rob Law. As a born and raised New Yorker, we don't yell in the street unless we actually know the person. We have to actually know the person. Konnichiwa there, Mi-chan, konnichiwa. One of these days we'll see Casey and we'll be able to stop him and be like, hey, you're on a live stream, and Casey, why don't you live stream? I wish Casey would live stream more often. I wish he would live stream more often. Especially now, YouTube's gonna dominate everything in the next 2 years. Like, don't waste your time on TikTok. Only really post pictures on Instagram. I would say do reels also, but if you're gonna do a reel, make sure you also put it here on YouTube. But YouTube's gonna take over Instagram and TikTok, and so YouTube will take it all over. And the time is now. The time is now. As we continue up Broadway, our next big landmark is going to be Canal Street. Yes, there used to be a canal in Canal Street. Actually, the canal still exists today in a pipe rather deep in the ground. Canal Street used to drain the Collect Pond. The Collect Pond, New Amsterdam and New York's first source of fresh drinking water by the end of the British era. This body of water will become rather polluted. So thus they had to fill it in. There were 2 hills in the area. They pushed those hills into the spring, into the Collect Pond, and then they drained it with the canal where Canal Street is today. Good to see you, Robin. Welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, Robin. I hope everyone's doing well today on this, what is it, Wednesday already. We're flying through the week. We are flying through the week, ladies and gentlemen. Long live our YouTube overlords, that's right. I want to thank Susan Wojcicki and all the fine folks up at YouTube. Austin City Limits, good to see you. Another beautiful day, another great day here in New York. Let's enjoy enjoyed the video. If you are enjoying the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously in the algorithm, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot emphasize that enough. If there's anything you could do, just give that thumbs up. Doesn't cost a dime. Oh, I guess the handbag sellers are back out. I don't know, Edward. Edward, that's something you're going to have to learn yourself. Good to see you, James, out there in the United Kingdom. Welcome. Ooh, the sights and sounds of Canal Street, everybody. The sights and sounds of Canal Street. Admiral Levine did an album cover right there in that corner over there. It pretty much looks the same. Saw a short video about that the other day. I'm like, oh, that was taken right there. That's pretty cool. That's something to kind of remind myself or tell tourists random stuff about. Thanks so much for smashing that like button. Cyclone Joe, good to see you, Cyclone Joe. Welcome. It's another beautiful day in New York. Thank you so much for smashing that thumbs up if you have done so already. It helps out tremendously in the algorithm. I used to be like, you know, don't care about the likes, but I realized that YouTube won't show my video to as many people with a video with low likes on it. So liking the video is very, very important. I kind of dismissed it, and I was wrong. It is warming up nicely. Maybe by the time I get to Madison Square Park, I might have to get rid of my hoodie. It's getting warm out here. It's like a spring day. That's the thing I love about New York. You always have such a variety of, woo, look at the bag is flying, yay. You have such a variety of weather out here. So if you like weather, New York is the place for you, but understand you have to like all types of weather, not just the good types. It may rain, it may snow, it may hail an ice storm on you. That is all part of the New York. Absolutely, JR. It's all about engagement. Leaving comments. If you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment, say, hey, that was a fun video. That will help me out tremendously. They repaved Broadway here. I could finally send out texts and on the express bus now as we go south along Broadway. It was kind of tough to text people on the express bus the last few weeks because Broadway is unpaved. Can't handle winter, arthritis, I feel you. My mom has arthritis, but the whole key to it is just you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. Don't slow down, don't stop, just keep on moving. Because arthritis is like rust on a hinge. The more you don't move around, the more rust will accumulate on the hinge and it'll make it tougher to move around. You wore flip-flops and no sweater today? Nice. All right, guys. Let's continue on up Broadway here. It's a beautiful day here in New York. Oh my goodness. I have a feeling Central Park is going to be a madhouse. No, it's funny, after doing these regular walks up Broadway here and also taking the express bus going home, I've kind of memorized Broadway as of late. I haven't memorized Broadway in quite some time. I have, you know, back in the day I memorized Broadway because I was always riding a bike down this street here. But now taking the express bus and doing these live streams, I have really memorized what the hell's going on along Broadway. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ian. I hope you feel better too, man. But just keep moving, Ian. I know it may be painful, but like my mom, she works through it by just keeping herself active as much as she could be. And yeah, just keep on moving. You'll be fine, Ian. All right, Broome Street, we're passing right now. Broome Street, the location for the Lomax, the Lower Manhattan Expressway. Luckily, that thing never got built. Hugh, the driver from New Jersey. Lomax was the Lower Manhattan Expressway that got killed and crushed by the community, and a very instrumental person who made that happen. Her name was Jane Jacobs. Check out, look up the history of Jane Jacobs, one of the finest New Yorkers of all time. Good to see you, Wilbs, driving that Northern Line. Welcome. Nice, you're active when it's nice. Oh, absolutely. Ian, get out outside, enjoy it. The sunshine feels fantastic. This is the weather that keeps people living in New York here. Like, you get these kind of days, and it's just like, it's impossible not to be happy. Ah, are you rereading her book? What is it? The Life and Death of American Cities, right? One of my favorite books. Ian, we are approaching 14th Street, but we're still pretty far away from there just yet. We haven't got to Houston yet. So we're right now in Soho. So we're officially south of Houston right now. But I will let you know, stay tuned, we are walking past 14th Street. We're going all the way up to 59th Street, and actually, we're gonna go into Central Park, and we're gonna go all the way up to the finish line of the New York City Marathon. That's at around 64th Street. So, we're going all the way up. Yeah, The Death and Life of Great American Cities. What a great book. Jane Jacobs. Show you Forbidden Planet. Well, we're not gonna go inside Forbidden Planet, because they don't like people live streaming in there. And plus, it's a little tight quarters to be filming in there also. But I'll show you the outside, and I'll show you the Terminator statue. Yes, the New York Aquarium used to actually be in Castle Clinton in Battery Park. Before it came to Coney Island in the mid-1950s, it was in Castle Clinton in Battery Park. Kia ora less, welcome. Kia ora less out there in New Zealand. Well, another wonderful day in New York, Wilbs. Unbelievable weather out here today. Goldilocks weather, people. I'm gonna have to ditch my hoodie when we get to the next little spot here. So when we get to the next little spot here. Wilbs, I would love to go to UK in the next 5 weeks. But unfortunately, I am stuck working here, Wilbs. I'm gonna miss a ride on my Northern Line. Wilbs, if I hit the Powerball, I hit the $1 billion Powerball, I'll be coming out to the UK in a week, or less than a week. Fingers crossed, people. Good to see you, Blondie. Welcome. How you doing? Hope everyone's doing great. Good to see you, Lily. Welcome. Interesting. That guy was walking right up behind me, and then I stopped walking, and he immediately went into that store. That's very interesting. You know, when I do these live streams, I have a kind of a sixth sense of people around me. Now look at all the parking spaces. Yes. Plenty of parking. Everyone's playing it. Good to see you, Lily. Welcome. Good to see everybody. Welcome. So I had this guy walking up right behind me. He kept his pace for a little bit. And then I was going to do the stop and let him pass me routine. And he stopped, and then he immediately went to the closest store. I don't need a weird view mirror now because I have one. It's called the live stream. Absolutely, JR. Absolutely. It's always funny when stuff like that happens. I've been doing this for a hot minute, so you can't really spook me or run up on me. Unless you have a blunt force object like a knife or a bat or something like that. I'm gonna probably catch you before you do anything. JR, a lifelong New Yorker, so. And plus I have the amazing thing of shadow Shadow also helps. I think so, Todd, yeah. He suddenly needed women's undergarments. Good to see you, Todd. I'm gonna rewind that portion of the video. Gotta memorize that face. Yes, I do. I have tour guide radar. Yeah, I have to be cognizant of the people around me at all times. Yep, 360 awareness. But yeah, I have to be always remind. It's nice to use a microphone here because I could talk really low and you guys could hear me, and nobody really around me can hear me. So, oh, all the time, Trisha, all the time. It's one of those things that comes with the territory. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Houston Street. Not Houston Street, but Houston Street. We're about to cross into, I would consider it now the village. Greenwich Village. Astor Place. All that good stuff. Let's hang out here in the middle of, do we got the light here? I think we have the light. Yes, we do. We have the light. Let's make our way over to Rip and Dip, which is right over there. Yeah, the background noise is pretty good, yeah. You guys actually are mic'd, you're on 2 microphones. There's a microphone that's pointing forward that lets you, like whatever the camera is looking at for the most part, it knows. And then you have a microphone just on me. I am mic'd up right here, so. And I think our friend who needed ladies' undergarments just walked past me. Keep my eyes on people like that. Absolutely, Ian. Yes, Ramona, let's say hello to the alien. Let's say hello to our alien friend contemplating life here. Let's see our friend here. Hopefully he's doing well. That's right, hit that like button. Let's see how we're doing on the likes here today. So there's 195 of you guys watching and only 104 likes. Come on, people. Stop proving that only 48% of you guys are actually subscribed to the channel and smash that like button. Look at all this garbage, people. Hello there, Olive. Welcome. It is a perfect autumn day. Yes, it is. Let's see that Woolworth building one last time. Let's see that Woolworth building. We were just down there not that long ago. There it is. There's the Woolworth building right there. My favorite skyscraper right down there. Let's continue on. And I guess Rip and Dip, our alien friend, is inside the store. Oh no, are they closing up shop? I'm gonna miss this store. It's the Rip and Dip store. I hope the Rip and Dip store doesn't close forever. But they're packing up everything in boxes. Let's get this bread, people. That's right, let's get this bread. So we make our way north along Broadway. Good to see you, Veronica Lynn. Good to see you, Jim Wolf. Welcome. Welcome on into the show. As we make our way north along Broadway, we have approached and are about to cross Bleecker Street, ladies and gentlemen. Bleecker Street. And the Dragon Ball Z swatches are still here. Oh my God, the Dragon Ball Z swatches are still here. John Silva, good to see you. Is Bleecker Street Comics still here? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It might be gone. I know Bleecker Bob's is gone. That was like the record shop. Hey, yes, sir. Yeah, the good records in there. As we continue on, we're approaching Bond Street. Olive, I am doing fantastic on this beautiful autumn day in New York. We may have one of the warmest marathon Sundays on record. It may be getting up to 74 degrees marathon Sunday morning. Oh, they're gone. I'm so sorry to hear that. Bleecker Street Pizza, they're still there. I had a slice from Bleecker Street Pizza a couple of months ago, actually. Was going to the movies up there and had a slice before movie time. Great Jones Street coming up next. Great Jones Street. We are officially in the I call this the NYU district because NYU owns most of the property around this area here. For all you old school New Yorkers, we are coming up to Tower Records. Who remembers Tower Records? I remember Tower Records. Listening to the latest CDs. The simpler times, people. Let's get a cassette single at Tower Records. Nice out here today. Real nice out here today. Yeah, Trisha, you love Tower Records? Me too. I hung out in there so much as a teenager. Right, you lived in Tower Records, yeah. I bought my first Beatles CD, actually, from this Tower Records. When you were young, your dad would take you here, yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. They've never been able to find a long-lasting tenant for this space here. Blondie, it's a beautiful day. Yes, indeed. Right, listening boots, right? Remember that? Cassette singles. Oh my God, you missed Tower Records, HMV, the Virgin Megastore. Just throw that one in there too. Used to go to Tower Records in Austin. Yeah, I worked at the one in Boston. Wow. Yeah, I bought some of my first CDs ever from this very Tower Records right there. That takes me back, kids. That takes me back. Let's continue on. I have a feeling, I keep on repeating myself, but I have a feeling when we get to Central Park, it's going to be nuts up there. Right, that's right, the Wiz. That's right, nobody beat the Wiz, nobody beat Crazy Eddie's. Oh man. All these great stores that are long gone. Coming up next is going to be Forbidden Planet, and we'll say hello to the T-2000. We'll say hello quickly to Terminator in the window. And we have people directing the traffic.
Hold on for 1 second.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. All right. All right, Crazy Eddie, bought your first Walkman. You know, I was talking with my dad recently. My dad bought a Super Nintendo when it was like test marketed out here way back in 1985. And my dad bought that Nintendo from a Crazy Eddie's in Midtown near the United Nations. So we were just talking about that the other day. It is sad all these stores are gone. All right, thanks Napster and LimeWire and all those other ones. Sam Goody, another good one. JNR Music World, another good one. Watch out for people in the subway getting attacked. Yes. What suburb do you live in?
You gotta be careful. I've been watching Water's World on Fox News. It's like Mad Max and the Thunderdome out there in New York. It's like Mad Max and the Thunderdome.
Yeah, no, Ian, I just stumbled into some good music this morning on YouTube. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm, what it suggests for you is stuff that you've had no idea about. So, heard some new songs this morning, and I was like, wow, this is the new music? All right. I think Coney Island Jim helped me with that too, because Coney Island Jim has a very good knack at picking out all the good new music that's out. So I heard a couple of jams this morning, and I'm like, whoa, all right. Right, remember LimeWire? 4 hours to download one song. Colleen, don't apologize that you're late. You're here now. Welcome. No need to apologize. You're here now. Life gets in the way. I understand. It's all good. The Za has landed. Okay. Hello there, Mo. Welcome. Yeah. He's holding up gang signs there. What that whippersnapper do on the camera there? I don't know. The whippersnapper held up gang signs or something like that. Must be a crypt or something like that. I don't know. It might be a Snoop Doggy Dog. Good times, JR, right? Good times. Simpler times. It wouldn't be New York without a pink garbage truck. That's New York in a nutshell. A pink garbage truck, everyone. You know, to a certain extent, I am still converting CDs into files. Hugs all around. Did I get my cowbell? Darren, no. Darren, they only had my drumsticks ready. They did not have my cowbell ready. Do you know if, yes, the Friends Experience is still along 23rd Street, 23rd Park Avenue. Yeah, it's still there. I think it's going to be there until next spring. But yeah, I passed by that on the express bus. When are the new emojis coming out? Mo, I'm waiting for Max to send me the new emojis. So Max is the one so far who makes the emojis. And I'm waiting for him to make me some badges and some emojis. So if he comes into the room, I'll ask him. Of course I remember Jekyll and Hyde, John Silva. I used to love going to Jekyll and Hyde. Good to see you, Barry Garrett. Welcome. So we're coming up to the Grace Church. Grace Church, where Peter Stuyvesant had his apple orchard. And the legend has it that Broadway makes the turn here left is to avoid the apple orchard and one apple tree in particular that lasted until the 1920s. The Grace Church, beautiful little church here on Broadway. We're approaching Forbidden Planet and 14th Street. Union Square coming up next. Then after that, Madison Square, the Flatiron District, the Flatiron Building. Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde's a furniture store now, right? Yeah. What about the Jekyll and Hyde up in Midtown? Oh, wait, no. The one in Midtown's a furniture store. What about the Jekyll and Hyde downtown? I don't think that's anything. I think that's just abandoned. I don't think there's anything in that space. Yeah, Trish, it's like a weird, legend. I've heard many tour guides utter that legend, so I just continue it on. But I know that Peter Stuyvesant's apple orchard was on this block where Grace Church is today. It's beautiful out here. This is beautiful out here today. It just keeps getting better and better. The weather just keeps getting better and better. Hello there from Algeria. Welcome on into the show. When we get to Union Square, I'm going to have to put away my hoodie because it's getting warm out here. The old Halloween adventure. It is a shame they closed it down. Yes, it is. And Jekyll and Hyde Halloween Adventure. Some of my favorite places here in the city. Coming up to the Strand Bookstore. Ah, awesome, Barry. I hope you enjoy your stay here in New York. Yeah, it's gonna be very warm, Blondie. We're probably gonna have our warmest Marathon Sunday in record. But here it is, everyone. Strand Bookstores, saved during the pandemic by some millionaire, billionaire guy. Since 1927, your local bookstore here on the corner of 12th Street and Broadway. They have books stacked up like a Christmas tree right over there. Keep my head on a swivel here because I don't want to get hit by traffic. You always got to keep your head on a swivel when you're wandering around here. The good old Strand, yeah. There's good books in there. A good book to read there. But we're now coming up to one of my favorite stores, and that is the Forbidden Planet store. Yes, we did, DeBailey. Yes, I did. All right, here's Terminator. T2000 hanging on out. Olive, I'm glad you're enjoying the calming live stream. I'll do my best to stay as calm as possible. Here's Terminator. Let's see who's in the other window here. Let's see who's hanging out here right now. Yeah. I actually would not mind that. Oh, look at dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, yes. Dinosaurs. Ooh, we even got the leg lampshade there. And of course, if I hit the Powerball tonight, I am buying this guy right here. I'm getting an apartment in 19 Dutch, and I'm gonna get this guy right here. Have this guy in my living room. Have that guy in my living room right there. Get me an R2-D2, damn it. I like that accent, there you go. That kitty voice is from a, this is really just so random. That voice that says the dinosaur's voice there, that is from a, what was it again? It was like a VHS tape to visit the Disney MGM studios in Walt Disney World back in like the mid 90s, I think like 92, 93. And there's like this kid, and he goes to like all like the attractions, and one of the attractions had had dinosaurs in it. So the kid goes, "Why see all the dinosaurs?" so there's the voice, a dinosaur voice. Got to record that voice. It's all recorded here in the live stream. R2-D2, that works, yes indeed. Did that sound like Adam Sandler there? A lot of people say that the old man voice sounds like Adam Sandler. Yes, maybe. Those are all my voices, damn it. My voices that I've made up in my mind. Lots of references. You want one? You know, I got to do Cameo for that, Mo. If I start doing cameos, you all could have ringtones and stuff like that. Sally, I try to be funny. I have to make these live streams interesting somehow. All right, everyone, we have made it to Union Square. Here's Dead Man's Curb. Dead Man's Curb is where Broadway makes a quick jog to the left and right to get around the southern part here of Union Square. And because it was a curbed section of trolley track, the trolley could not stop when it's in the middle of a turn. So it will make the turn right here at 14th Street. And because there was no way of stopping it, a lot of people got maimed and killed right here in this intersection. So you ever hear the term Dead Man's Curb? This is it. Look at the bus. The bus is going to make a jog to the left. There it goes. So trolleys used to come around here at pretty fast speeds. I mean, like 15 miles an hour, 10, 15 miles an hour. But understand that it's a constant 10, 15 miles an hour because it had to round this curve here. So there was a big wheel that kind of just grabbed onto the trolley, propelled it south in this case. And yeah, a lot of people got hurt, maimed, and killed right here in this intersection. Dead Man's Curb, 14th Street, Broadway. I'm gonna take care of my hoodie right now because it is warm out here, people. It is warm. It is warm like springtime. So let's take advantage. Welcome to Union Square. The calming, relaxing, ever-enchanting Union Square. Good to see you, John Burke. Welcome. Let's get rid of the hoodie and continue on. Hello there, John Burke. Welcome on to the show. Let's get rid of the hoodie, everyone. Let's get rid of the hoodie. And then continue on. All right. Yay! Let's say hi to you guys. Was it warm this time last year? It was kind of this warm last year. I think it was a little cooler, but it wasn't like, oh my God, ice freezing cold. Yeah, people are wearing shorts out here. Valerie Ann, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to the show. Let me adjust. By the way, why is my bag so big and cumbersome? It's because I have a helmet inside of it. Why do I have a helmet? Because I do bicycle tours in the morning. That is my regular job. I give bicycle tours over the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges 4 days a week. I don't live completely off of YouTube, and I don't e-beg. Look at the shirt I'm wearing, guys. I had to wear this shirt because why not? It's a new shirt. Good to see you, John Lore. Welcome. Let's throw my hoodie in the bag. We were technically had parade marshal status for the Village Halloween Parade. I had unprecedented access. I could push people out of my camera shot if I wanted to. And I would have been perfectly in the right, even though I didn't do that, except for a few people who didn't know where they were walking. But we had privileges, and we're going to do that. We're going to do that again next year. Good to see you, Nicolas. Welcome. I was in a T-shirt for John Lennon's birthday. Yes, I was, Darren. Yes, e-begging drives you nuts. Well, you know, people say I do it. What else? Good to see you there, James. Yes, it's going to be in the mid-70s this weekend, James. One of the warmest marathon Sundays in record. Good to see you there, Blue Eyes. Welcome. Good to see you, Stephen Doyle. Welcome. It is a beautiful time of year. It's autumn. Press pass privileges, yes. I know I don't really do it, but people say I do. All right. We have to continue on. Are you a fan of the movie The Taking of Pelham 123? I'm going to show you a filming spot for that right now. Can't wait till Sunday. Me too, Sally. Good to see you, Subram from India. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like my shirt, Nicolas? It's my Village Halloween Parade Marshall shirt. We were given full privileges, and it's got to happen again next year. So I guess I'll be we will be the original, we'll be the official live stream of the parade every year now. Never heard me e-beg before. Evidently, me just accepting money is considered e-begging. But we're going to see a filming location of the original Taking of Pelham 123. It wouldn't be New York without sirens. One thing about New York, it's loud. Good to see you, Paula. Welcome. Beautiful day indeed. Good to see you, Dan. Welcome. Beautiful day for a stroll. Hello there, Fahid. Fahid out there in India. Welcome. Today's a beautiful day for a nice walk and hike through the city. Oh, I know, Rob Law. Don't get me started about scrolling marquees asking for donations. Don't get me started about that. But remember the movie, the original Taking a Pelham 123, well, these are the subway grates they use. So when they're delivering the money to the train that's supposedly in the tunnel beneath us, they use these subway entrances right here in the movie. These have never moved. They actually look exactly the same as they did way back in the 1970s. But they use these right here when they transport the money to send it to the train. Gabriel, saludos, Buenos Aires. Good to see you, Rolo, welcome. Good to see everybody. Have I been to the Netherlands? Olive, yes, I have been to the Netherlands. In 2003, I went to the Netherlands for an entire month. And my mission was to visit all of the towns that New York City neighborhoods are named after. So I went all around the country. You name it, I probably went there. I literally went all around the country. It was wonderful. And people expected me to speak English, not Dutch, which was even nicer. No, Denzel wasn't here. The original Pelham 123. The original Pelham 123. Good to see you, Nisi. Welcome. Good to see you, John Hardy. Welcome.
Hey, there's a bathroom right here.
Yeah, Olive. It was pretty amazing. I mean, if there was live streaming back then, I would have live streamed that whole thing. But I loved Rotterdam, loved Amsterdam, loved Utrecht, I loved Haarlem, I loved Breukelen, and I know I'm mispronouncing all those places with my thick Brooklyn accent. All right, this is Park Avenue. This is where 4th Avenue becomes Park Avenue here at 17th Street. We're now going to hang a left-hand turn on 17th Street, and we're going to go just a block over, and we're going to swing back onto Broadway. Have I been to Providence Death 3? Oh, I don't know. I might have, Olive, I might have. I traveled all across your country on train and bicycle. So I might have been through there. I went to all the places that New York City neighborhoods are named after. And then also Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Utrecht. Yeah. The Utrecht is nice. The bicycle rush hour was amazing. John, unbelievable day here in New York. You know, I don't think I went to Zwolle, or if I did, I just passed through. But I gotta go back to the Netherlands. I gotta go back to the Netherlands sometime soon. Back on Broadway. Good for you, Forever 18. Oh, Valor, you know, I vaguely remember the Dutch handshake. Somebody tried to tell me that when I was like really drunk, I think. I think I was fairly drunk when somebody tried to show me the Dutch handshake. I would love to go to Sweden sometime soon. Sometime soon. If I'm able to travel, you know, it's tough for me to travel because I have to make money and stuff like that. So if the YouTube gets a little bit more popular, we'll definitely be traveling. Hey, 18th Street, everybody. 18th Street. We're gonna jaywalk with everybody else. I would love to show Sweden. Amsterdam is pretty wild. It's pretty chill though. I had a good time in Amsterdam. Amsterdamski. Go chill out in the park somewhere, smoke some hash. Now I could do that here in New York. New Amsterdam, everybody. New Amsterdam. Pra-ra, good to see you. You like Amsterdam? You love Amsterdam? Awesome. If you're, you know, I always say if you're thinking about live streaming and you notice that nobody regularly live streams your location, start live streaming your location. Start Start showing your world. You know, the whole purpose of live stream when it first came out was to show the world through your eyes. So that's what you guys could do. I would say more live streamers, the better. Especially if you have something to say, something to show. And you'll never know. Everyone could have an audience because there is just everyone on here. So give yourself some time, be persistent, and you will find your audience eventually. Good to see you, Anthony Mark. Welcome. You worked on Broadway in 20th. I'm coming up to that right now. It's tough to stream Staten Island because there's only so much to show on Staten Island. So, oh, thank you so much, Blue Eyes. I try to have some fun doing this. I try to have some fun. Oh, and let me get my voice ready here for this. And this live stream brought to you by XXX18Online. XXX.18Online has the best girls from all the Western Bloc countries. They talk to you first. They talk to you first. So don't forget to go to XXX18.online for more exciting, sexy adventures. No more XYZ because I made that a no-no word. I made XYZ a no-no word. So you can't use XYZ in the titles anymore. Or even in the username and all that stuff. I added lots of no-no words, and it seems to have worked because Village Halloween Parade didn't have too many bad offenders on there. Are there wheelchair accessible cabs in New York City? Yes, they are, Olive. Yes, they are. Yes, there are wheelchair accessible cabs here in New York City. They tend to be the vans. The newer vans are wheelchair accessible. Not all of them, but a lot of the new ones are. That's right, John. That's right, S. Fields. Hello there, ICU from Georgia. So it's kind of hard. Somebody left. I quickly saw a paragraph-sized comment. I'm gonna have to scroll. Gotta have to stop walking and scroll back to that. Ladies and gentlemen, please try to keep your comments short and brief, because when you write a paragraph, it's kind of hard for me to read that, especially walking around out here. I do have to be mindful of stuff, and it's kind of impossible for me to read a paragraph. So what I have to do is stop. I have pulled over away from people, and let's scroll back here. Let's scroll back. Oh, okay. You may remember Albie from the Netherlands, from the social media sites. You told her that she could take her photo of a trash bin and make it beautiful. So she did and posted it for you. Awesome. Good to see you there, Edwin from Brazil. Same thing happens every day there, Jair, every day. Your daughter thought she thought this was TV. Okay, Girl in the Curl, welcome. We're going to continue on here. We're making our way to the Flatiron District right now. Flatiron Building is right over here. Flatiron Building right over there. We're coming into Madison Square Park, and there is a Day of the Dead ceremony or celebration happening here. So let's check that out. I think I see it too. Let's walk over this kind of pedestrianized streets. Look at it. Look at that. Look at the Empire State Building right there. John Lore, absolutely. All right. Let's get in there. Let's see what it feels wonderful in the shade, ladies and gentlemen. This is like perfect weather today, boy. This is like, if you're visiting New York, you have got here with Goldilocks weather. Y'all better enjoy this if you're visiting New York. That is the Empire State Building right over there. Empire State Building right over there. And ooh, we got some dancing happening just up ahead. Let's see this. What's going on here? As we cross over 23rd Street. 23rd Street, there is the Flatiron Building. Right up there, there's the Flatiron. Now what's going on here? Ooh, this is cool. They have a little Day of the Dead sell me. Oh man, they got like dance here, and you could write messages on this thing. Wow, this is cool. Right here in front of the Flatiron. How cool is that? Wow. This was cool. Had a little thing going on out here. The kids could, wow, they could take a skull and paint it. Oh, how cool is that? Wow. Oh, that's cool. Wow, yeah, a little day-to-day ceremony here going on here at Flatiron, here at the north part of the plaza of the Flatiron. I think this is going on until 4 o'clock this afternoon, everybody. Wow. Isn't that cool? You never know what you're going to see in New York. Let's continue on, everybody. I was hoping to catch a little bit more of that dancing part, but just missed out, but it's all good. Never know what you're going to see here in New York. Let's continue on. Coming up next is going to be 34th Street. Herald Square. And then after that, the Petri dish. We're going to Times Square for the 1 or 2 times this month. All right. How much time I got here? I got 10 seconds to negotiate this crazy traffic here. Yeah, John, we're doing it. Because we are going to the finish line of the New York City Marathon. We got to go through Times Square in order to get there. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, sorry guys. Yes, you all know how much I love the Petri dish, also known as Times Square. I just start calling it Longacre Square. How about that? Welcome to going to Longacre Square, everybody. We're going to Longacre Square. Can you feel it? Oh, John, you know, I checked out the competition myself, and other than the Thriller dance, I should have really used my importance to properly document the Thriller dance. The Thriller dance was incredibly hard to film. There were so many other people there crowding around, but I have to say that me and Ariel of the Urbanists, I think we both did a mighty fine job covering the parade. I don't know about the other people. I don't know about the other people. Some people gave up when it rained. You know, I was expecting a lot more rain than that. Good to see you there, BN. I'm a great conversationalist. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the views here in New York City. Ariel is great. Well, welcome on into the show, everybody. Hit that like button. Hit that like button as we continue on north along Broadway. We're coming to that weird, sketchy area now just south of 34th Street. But top shelf content as always. But very well filmed. You're more than welcome. Yes. This area is living up to the legend. It is living up to it. Somebody just cursed me out. I love it. Yeah, we did it. I think so. S-Fields, if you want to really get a good sense of the parade, just watch me and Ariel's live streams and you'll have it covered. Thank you so much, Madam Mojo. It was a fantastic parade. Fantastic, fantastic parade. A lot of fun. And we'll be there again next year. We will be invited. We're invited again next year. We have already been invited. So, official live stream of the Halloween parade and the official live stream of the Coney Island Mermaid parade. So, the two art parades. And I think we're also doing the dance parade again. So, the Michael Jackson dances were amazing, but it was incredibly hard to film that. They moved around so much. Yeah, you woke up for Thriller. Yeah, that was a great comment there, Deb. Good to see you, Madam Mojo. Cleveland rocks. Good to see you, Gary. Another beautiful day in New York. Absolutely. Goldilocks weather, Gary. Goldilocks weather. Not too warm, not too cold, but just right. About half of New Yorkers speak a language other than English in their home. New York City fact number 14, evidently. The creature crawl. We had the first ever creature crawl. We'll be back for that, obviously. Slowly but surely, we'll have events every month or so on this channel. Like a big event every month. I mean, right now, obviously, Halloween leading up to Christmas now is a big time for us on this channel. You want to welcome Valerie Ann? Ooh, this is a little sketchy here. A little sketchy here with the cars going through the red light there. Let's continue on. Dark Tide Brass did kick ass. Absolutely. Dark Tide Brass Band. Unbelievable. Give you guys some real New York right now as we walk in the street, in Broadway here, in the pedestrian buffer, as this is called. Yeah, wasn't that great there, Mo? That was great. Yeah, they're gonna start setting up the tree now. Is the tree coming this week or next week? Yeah, all the bands at the parade were amazing. Absolutely. Yeah, Mo, it was a lovely experience, I have to say. Can't wait to see the edited version. I don't think there's going to be an edited version. right. What street am I at? I am at 29th Street. We are at 29th Street. Making our way up Broadway. Oh, is it this week? Wow. Oh my God, John, you know, I wanted to catch the Fleury Escape, but I threw out my freaking back that morning. And, but the Fleury Escape had her 2-year anniversary last Thursday or Friday? Last Friday, I think. And I really wanted to show that to you guys, but unfortunately I was a bit injured. But now I'm back. I had to make sure I was good for Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So I had to make sure I was in good shape for especially the Halloween parade, because the Halloween parade was a privileged spot. We were invited to go and live stream it. And I wanted to make sure I gave what... I know, she streamed it. That's right, yeah. Jill Fiore live streamed the Fiore Escape from her fire escape over there on Essex Street. So check out her Instagram if you want to see that concert. I caught a little bit of that. It was really good. Hit that like button if you like this nonsense. Hit that like button. It lets me know you care. This is not a parking spot right here. Not a parking spot. He's looking at me like I have two eyes. See, this is not a parking spot right here, so he could get a ticket for being parked there. That's a safety issue right there. See, we got like the little pockets here. These are parking spots right here. But where this truck is not in the parking spot. I do a better job. Thank you so much, Chuck. Good to see you, Steel Hard. Welcome. All right, 31st Street. Making our transition into Herald Square now. Yeah, yes, true. He's standing, not parked. That's true. He is standing, not parked. That is true. To drive here in New York City is not easy. It's a beautiful day for a walk. The cops aren't around when you need them. It is kind of hard, Trisha. Yes, it is. I gave the trucks and vans a kind of a pass. But it's the people from Jersey who I don't. Sorry, New Jersey, but y'all have trains to get out here. All right, we have this weird pop in the city thing here. It's a bouncy house for kids and supposedly adults. This no doubt COVID spreader is going to come down in a few more days, but I'm not going in there. Maybe, Rob, maybe. When are we going to see the turkeys? Probably in a week or so. We usually go out there for Thanksgiving week. We'll go see the turkeys. So that's coming. That's coming. The one thing I like about this experience is that you have these on the outside. And some of them are heavy. That's easy. Oh, this one's heavy. This one's heavy. Yeah, lots of baby turkeys this year. Yay! So I'll do my best to have the turkeys to have the turkeys attack me somehow. We will piss off the turkeys this year in Staten Island. What's that monstrosity? It's called Pop in the City. It's basically a bouncy house for adults, or really kids, but supposedly adults could go in there. I wouldn't go in there. That's like a COVID spreading thing. No, thank you. Looks like a garage sale. Yeah. But here we are, folks. Let's start naming the old stores. Like right over there, that used to be a place called Gimble's.
They never showed the Gimble and Gimbals. It was only a department store back in the days before Gimbals. But there's Gimbals. Then it became the A&S Plaza. I don't know what this one is. This one always has been just random stores. But then over here, 34th Street, we have the big old Macy's right up there. Big old Macy's right up there. Do I have a pen? No, no, no. Macy's right over here. I'm really hoping, dear Macy's, can you please have some Minions stuff for Christmas? Evidently there's a new Minions balloon coming out for the for the Thanksgiving parade. But hopefully they have some Minions windows this year. Used to work at Alexander's. Awesome. Mo, that's awesome. Your old neighborhood. Let's get a view of the Empire State Building. Let's go across the streets and stare at my Empire State Building. Ah, that's awesome, Mo. All right, Empire State Building right over here, guys. 34th, 6th Avenue, Broadway. We're going to continue on Broadway, but first, building before continuing north. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Empire State Building. A slice of Indiana vaulted onto the corner of 34th Street, 5th Avenue. Really? Oh, Fortunate was founded in the East New York. Awesome. There it is, everyone. One of my favorite skyscrapers. Empire State Building right there. Again, I recommend Top of the Rock, The Edge as observation decks. Top of the Rock, my favorite observation deck. As we cross 6th Avenue briefly and swing back onto Broadway. Looks like the windows at Macy's are dark right now. So nothing being shown in the windows of Macy's at the moment. Yeah, I heard about that, Gary. Very exciting. One of the biggest trees in Rockefeller Center history. Something like 75 or 85 feet tall? It's gonna be pretty nice. Oh, if you love peanut special. Okay, there you go. Good to see you, Ted. It's going freaking great. Hope you're doing well. Didn't see the Great Pumpkin this year. You know what? Me neither. I didn't see the Great Pumpkin this year. 88 feet tall. Wow. 88 feet tall. That's going to be a beautiful tree when it is unveiled. Ah, this chairs here are all out of whack. Trying to get through here without having to move chairs, but we made it. So a photo of it yesterday. It's a big tree. Awesome. It's going to be great. Looking forward to the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree making its return for the 2022 season. And after that, it's 2023, baby. On to the next one. As we go north along Broadway. Actually, let's get that really quick our view of Empire State Building here. Yay. There's Empire right there. Hello there, Dorita Yasu Gris. We continue on. So it took us about an hour and 45 minutes to get from Fulton Street all the way up to just about Times Square here, approaching 36th Street. Our final destination today will be the finish line of the New York City Marathon. Yeah, Ramona, that's right. Ramona's already on the spring. Cherry blossoms, baby. That's right. Let's get past the winter and snow. Let's get back to cherry blossom season. Hell's yeah. Let's get it. The leaves haven't even fallen from all the trees yet, when we're talking about cherry blossom season already. I love that. Yeah, Marathon Sunday. You're more than welcome. Rich Narvi, good to see you, Rich. I'm glad you enjoyed our parade coverage there. Oh, there you go. Okay, Neil. It's a big tree. Getting ready for the 4th. Yes, indeed. Hopefully we'll be at the hot dog eating contest in time. My contact that allowed us to get up to the rooftop of the subway station got there late. So I'm really hoping this year he gets there on time. I probably would have had a massive, massive numbers if I was there for the women's contest. So it was a little tough. It was a little tough. Good to see you, Manny Explorers. Welcome. We need some blizzards. Yeah, we need some blizzards. Blizzards would be good. It was the Cyclone was running really good, Cyclone Joe. This year the Cyclone ran really good. The track is really broken in nice. So it gives you a good, nice ride. You know, not as rough as the Thunderbolt though. But the Cyclone gives a good damn ride right now. It's going really fast. And I cannot wait to ride the Cyclone in April. April 2nd, 2023. All the rides open up in Coney. All right. Broadway, 38th Streets. Welcome to Midtown. As the sun shines off of random buildings here along Broadway. You gotta get some polar bear swims in a couple of weeks. Is the ferry going to Coney Island operational? Not yet. Ted, when the ferry opens up to Coney, we will be on the first ride. It's a great way to get a lawsuit right here. So this is the best thing about having a gimbal and live stream is that if somebody runs a red light, you have all the evidence in the world. Anyway, it will be warm this weekend, man. It's going to be one of the warmest weekends in Marathon Sunday history. We're projected to go up to 74 degrees on Sunday. But when the ferry starts running to Coney, we will be on the first ferry. I do have a contact inside of NYC Ferry who will let me know when the first ride is happening, so stay tuned. But I don't think it's going to happen either, John. When do the polar bears start? Barry, the polar bear season starts this Sunday, but I won't be there for the first swim of the season because we'll be covering the New York City Marathon. So, for me, Marathon Sunday is a holiday. I have never missed a Marathon Sunday my entire life. I have always lived on the New York City Marathon route. So for me, it's a big day, not just for me, live stream wise, but for me personally, because I just love the day, love the event. And Mo with a $2 super chat. Mo, thank you so much for the big $2 super sticker. Thank you so much for joining today's $2 club. Much, much, much appreciated. S Fields is not for everyone. Kind of tough to master polar bear skills, but the first polar bear swim and polar bear swims are on Sundays, 1 o'clock, from just behind the Cyclone. Yeah, I hear that, John. Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough to cross the bridge Marathon Sunday. And Mo with another $2 super chat. Mo, thank you so much for another $2 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $2 club two times today. Much appreciated. I always round it up by a penny. So you get a penny for free on this live stream. And Jeff with a $2 super chat. Jeff, thank you so much for the big $2 super sticker. Thank you so much for joining today's $2 club. Much, much, much appreciated. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. Thanks for sponsoring the video today. Bagels and Wogs. Good to see you, Sean. Welcome. New York's bravest indeed, FDNY. As we approach the Petri dish, ladies and gentlemen, Long Acre Square we're coming into now. Times Square. Named Times Square in 1904 when the New York Times moved up here to the building right back over there. I don't think there are any ads on One Times Square right now. Yeah, no, there's no ads on it right now. One Times Square turned into the Allied Chemical Building for a time. It's basically just one big building with advertisement on the outside of it now. Only the skeleton of its original building survives. Supposedly one of the most photographed places in the world, Times Square. In this area, they lifted a theater, the Palace Theater, some 30 feet. Part of a new retail, commercial hotel structure. But, good to see you, Patricia. Oh my God, Yo Ann recommended me. Good to see you, Patricia. Thank you so much for coming on over. I think it is 2 photos. Yes, I do. I think that is 2. Good to see you, Gary. 70 degrees. Nice. Good to see you there, Diana Lee. Welcome. How far is the ferry dock from the park? The ferry dock is way over on the west end of Coney Island, 33rd Street and Kaiser Park. 33rd Street, Kaiser Park. It's actually on Google Maps. But let's get quickly in and out of the Petri dish, huh? Let's relive some memories of mine. But from what I hear, the new One Times Square is going to have an observation deck. So there's going to be an observation deck up there eventually, and kind of like a park, and it's going to be cool. It's very exciting. And I wouldn't mind going to the observation deck, seeing the Times Square New Year's ball all lit up. Might be nice. But wow, a lot of scaffolding all around One Times Square. Look at the 42nd Street, everybody. 42nd Street. We can see One Vanderbilt right back over there. It's actually blocking the Chrysler building. But the Deuce, 42nd Street right here. Look at all this scaffolding here. Wow. I wonder if this scaffolding is going to be here for New Year's. Yes, welcome. Here we are. Wow, that's some big scaffolding there. They don't got that in Nebraska. They don't got that in Nebraska. Wow. They just do everything big here in New York. Wow. They don't have that in Nebraska. Called Subway, I heard. Heard the people traveling a hole in the ground around here. Wow. Wow. New York certainly has a leg up on Nebraska. Scaffold City, they call it, I heard. We don't got that in Nebraska. Anyway. Oh, the Times Square Olive Garden. Really? $400 to go to the Olive Garden for New Year's? I'll watch it on TV at home and get drunk. I'll save my money, damn it. All right. No, we're not in Peoria there, John. We're in New York City. I heard we're in the Times Square here. 43rd Street. We don't got that in Nebraska. Only Subways, and the only Subway in Nebraska sells sandwiches. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. When will what open? The observation deck at One Times Square? I don't know, but in a year or two, if that's the question. When will the observation deck here at One Times Square open? I want to say in about a year or two.
For the bus?
He just walked right into the front of the camera shot. You know what, Mo? The one time I experienced Times Square, I experienced New Year's in Times Square, I was in 1515 Broadway. That was my brief moment of employment for Viacom. And yeah. Ed Ignore, buongiorno. as people wander around like zombies with their cameras out. Pretty quiet for Times Square, yeah. Yeah, Olive Garden is like getting pizza from Domino's. Good to see you there, Brian Davis, welcome. Let's take a look at our Times Square ball. There it is, everyone. A big Waterford crystal ball right here on the top of One Times Square. Eventually there's going to be an observation deck up there from what I've heard. A whole retail area up there. But there it is. Times Square ball. Now, unfortunately, what I would tell you guys is to go to the Earth Cam and the Street Cam for the Earth Cam, but the Earth Cam Street Cam is down. So no taking screenshots of me here in Times Square. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I know, about to say, enjoy this because this doesn't happen very often. This is probably the one or two times we're here a month in Times Square. Probably only once a month in Times Square. I know, exactly. We saw the ball, let's go. That's it, you saw the ball, kids, let's go. We gotta go home. Make your own lasagna, what? Make your own lasagna for $100, ABX, so that's a good deal. All right, about halfway through the Petri dish. So everybody right up here, the Viacom headquarters, 1515 Broadway. And right here behind this glass here and this sign right here, this was the old glass studio used for the TV show Total Request Live. And yes, I have, Bagels and Walks, I have heard about that hum. We're going to walk over that grate in a little bit, Bagels and Walks. I have heard that hum for many years, for what, over 30 years now. I remember that since the 90s, Bagels and Walks. I remember that art installation since the 90s. I think it was installed there in the 80s. But I have heard the hum. You always have cell trouble here. I'm sorry to hear that. Did we lose audio, everyone? Did we lose audio? 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 Let me know if we lost audio. I don't think we did. But let me know if we lost audio. Carson Daly, he was a junior golfer. There you go, ABX girl. You miss the MTV studios. Me too. What is MTV? Music television. We're good. That's what I figured. I'm a professional live streamer. I know when the sound is going out. Sound cutting out a bit, you'll refresh. Please refresh. Never lost the audio. Thank you so much. I think we're good. I think we're good, people. The signal is a bit ropey, but fine now. Yes, indeed. We were going to go through some areas where it kind of gets weird, so I think we're good, everyone. I have lots of indicators on my end for when it comes to the signal and the audio. Da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, the Showtime dancers. They're gonna make everyone wait around for 45 minutes and then jump over some people. Oh no. Hello. Getting strong now. All these people wasting their time watching this. They're just gonna jump over people and their show will be over in 45 seconds. Bloody hell. Well, there you go. You got your taste of Times Square, you got your Showtime dancers, you got all that nonsense. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge over here. This over here, this is called the Coca-Cola signs over here. It's about a soft drink called Coca-Cola. I heard it's very popular in the world over here. So that right there, that's the Coca-Cola building right over there. The Coca-Cola Samsung building right there. Now they have all the streets closed here in Times Square because there is a war on automobiles in New York. The liberal mayors here have closed off the streets to cars. So everyone has to be subservient and take the subway here. It's a shame. Bloody hell, we're in Times Square, what the hell? The hell's going on there? Good to see you there, Groovy Walks. Welcome. All right. I had my fill of Times Square. I'm gonna have to take a COVID test now. Let's continue on north along Broadway. Shaman Zito, good to see you, Shaman Zito. Welcome. And normally the Earth Cam will be right here, but it is not activated. So next time we come out here, we'll wave into the Earth camera. But it's time to get back into Midtown. Time to get away from the most touristic area here in New York City. Right over here at the very long and the storied Olive Garden right here. This is the Olive Garden where you can spend New Year's for only $400 dues a month. As we continue on north along Broadway. I wish I had my scooter. And then this is another new phenomena. Good to see you, Leela. This kind of spinning thingy here. Take you a 360 photo. They have these on the Brooklyn Bridge. But these guys just take over the plaza. Wow. There's going to be a cyclist who slams his head into one of these things. Good to see you, Caroline. Welcome. It is a beautiful day in New York. Absolutely. It is a beautiful day in New York. I am a gifted comedian. One day I will be on SNL. One day, people. One day. What does it do? It takes a 360 picture. It takes a 360-degree picture. But it even has a ring light on it, yeah. Anyway, over here they call this thing the Krispy Kreme over here. The Krispy Kreme over here, they got a $20 donut here for the New York City donut. If you want the most un-New York donut, come to the Krispy Kreme here in Times Square. I want to be on SNL. I want to work with Kel from Keenan and Kel. Good to see you there. Elma, bienvenidos a España. Bienvenidos, Elma. Belinda, good to see you, Belinda. Welcome. Good to see you, Purple Queen. Welcome. If I missed anyone, welcome. Welcome to just north of Times Square now. We're making our way to the finish line of the New York City Marathon today. Making our way all the way up Broadway from Fulton Street. Yeah, I know, Deb. It's like a $20 donut. It's like, what the hell? But it looks like a big apple. I might get one for shits and giggles for the live stream one day. Evidently, it comes in a gift box and stuff. But yes, the Krispy Kreme headquartered right down there in Salem, Winston-Salem, North Carolinas. Bob lives down this street. Boogie Bob, yes he does. Yeah, Boogie Bob, a resident of what is that place called? Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen. Your apartment's 6 blocks away. Awesome. Well, I'm going to the finish line on the New York City Marathon right now. But one of my favorite buildings in all of New York City is coming up here on my left-hand side. Here is the Brill Building. The Brill Building. I mean, how many great songs have been published from this building right here? Today it is apartments. Good to see you there, Snarly. Yep, Hell's Kitchen. Oh, Marty's in Hell's Kitchen too. Awesome, everyone's in Hell's Kitchen today. Worldwide Plaza right down there. But so much great music. This is where Hal David first met Bacharach, amongst many other famous people. Just Martin Scorsese for a time had his offices here in the Brill Building. There's a great documentary called The Scorsese Effect, and it shows you his time when he had his offices here in the Brill Building. And today, again, there are lovely apartments. But as we continue on, Golfin and King, there we go. We're whipping up. Wow, we're Central Park South Tower right there. What's it all about? I'll see. Yes, I am on fire in Times Square, but that's going to be it. That's it for the month. Good to see you, William, out there in Los Angeles. We're making our way to the finish line of the New York City Marathon right now. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button. There's 300 of you guys watching. Hit that like button. Can we get 300 likes? Can we get 200 likes even? What are we at? Can we get to 250 to 300 likes? That'll be amazing. Crowded in the city. Janine, actually, this is not crowded. It could get a lot more crowded than this. This is actually not too bad today. No, not the same Marty, Rich. Different Marty. Marty is not on YouTube. I wish he was on YouTube. Marty 888 NYC is not on YouTube, unfortunately. I wish he was still live stream here, but unfortunately, Periscope and then Haps took the life out of a lot of people for trying to live stream. So, but let's get up to 300 likes at least as we pass the Winter Garden Theater. I really wanted to see Music Man. Gonna close soon. That's kind of sad. Ellen Stardust Diner, right over here, featuring the singing waiters and waitresses. Rest in peace, Periscope. Yes, indeed. Wow, the sun's coming right down the street there. No, they're not flying. No. Wow, look at how bright it makes the street. Marty was a sweet guy. Yes, he was. I wish he would come on here to YouTube and live stream, but you know, a Periscope made it seem a lot easier to get an audience. It's just as easy to get an audience here on YouTube, but you got to work for it. So let me not get into that. Ted, I will never use TikTok. I will never download TikTok because TikTok is a tool of the Chinese government. And I know that sounds crazy, but I really do believe that. Why so bright? Because of the reflection of that building right there. El Macho. The reflection of that building right there was brightening the street just down there. And we've got a lot of light reflection happening here because of the angle of the sun. You had 2 different apartments at Worldwide Plaza? Awesome, Valerian. Valerian, did you see the documentary about the building of Worldwide Plaza? I hope they ban TikTok too, Jair. You do too, John? Awesome. No, Mo. Mo, I will never use Periscope ever again. And Elon Musk is not bringing back Periscope. I've already explained why Periscope is never coming back, okay? I've already explained it. Too many advertising corporations, too many companies, too many advertising agencies want nothing to do with Periscope because of the 2020 election. A lot of misinformation came out of Periscope during the 2020 election, and Periscope was the primary source of it. So you will never see Periscope come back. You have Twitter Live. That's what Periscope is. It's Twitter Live. So I should have 100K by now. No, I don't like, you know, a lot of people don't understand a lot of people don't like my live streams because we keep a lockdown on the audience. I kind of like to keep the audience focused on the narrative, and a big chunk of the YouTube audience does not like that. So my rise here on YouTube is nice and slow, controlled, and like I said, we got to clear out the morons. Yes, there was a documentary about the building of Worldwide Plaza created in the mid-1980s called Skyscraper. It's an 8-hour-long documentary. Yeah, no one uses Twitter Live, exactly. But here it is, everyone. Here comes the Ed Sullivan Theater, formerly known as the CBS Studio number 54. The original run of the Honeymooners emanated from this building. Eventually, the Ed Sullivan Show. When this studio was divided into 2 studios, this is where the Dick Cavett Show was filmed. Later on, of course, the Late Show with David Letterman refurbishes the theater, and now you have its current occupant, Stephen Colbert, as people go in to hear some political comment from... he angered that guy because he made a U-turn. He's just going to get a new bike now. This is funny. Anyway, You had a book about the Worldwide Plaza. Awesome. Rich, I try to be the best. You're more than welcome, Colleen. But yes, there you go. You had Sullivan Theater. Originally, it was a vaudeville theater. A long, long time ago, back in the 20s. But let's continue on, everyone. Let's continue on. He's fine. The jogger was just being really impatient because he was directly behind the cyclist over here. And the cyclist turned around because he realized what street he was going on to. So... it's 4 2-hour parts, Valerianne. It's 4 2-hour parts. And then there's, I believe there's a shorter 2.5-hour version of the 8-hour documentary. It was created by the BBC. John, we have already passed Gimble's. And I actually pointed it out, John. I pointed it out. I already pointed out A&S and Gimble's. Well, A&S Plaza and Gimble's. I already pointed that out. We have passed it. That was 34th Street. Now we're approaching 55th Street, and across the street on my left-hand side is the Applejack Diner. The Applejack Diner is where they came up with the concept for Ain't Gonna Play Sun City. Right here, Little Stevie and Bruce Springsteen and a couple other people came together, and they created the whole idea, the whole concept for the concert and song Ain't Gonna Play Sun City was created right there in that diner, inside the Applejack Diner. Ain't gonna play Sun City. Anyway, BN, the decorations are gonna be amazing. And we're gonna see all those decorations very soon. Also, we will be doing a very special live stream where we see all of the big trees in New York City. It's called Operation Christmas Tree. We're going to be doing it for a second year, where we're going to be driving around the streets of New York with the Queen Family Holiday Truckster. It's going to be adorning over 3,000 LED lights. And we're going to visit all of the big Christmas trees in one live stream. We're going to go all around Manhattan Island. And you're going to see all of the big trees, including the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. So we're going to go see that later on next month. But let's go through the comments here. Love that song too, PL. Awesome. I'm almost up to where you worked for 16 years. Nice. Let's visit Joe in Bellevue Hospital. I'm so sorry to hear that, Icy, but we're not going to visit Joe in Bellevue Hospital. And Nadine Smith with a $5 super chat. Nadine! Thank you so much for the big $5 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $5 club. Much, 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 much appreciated. What day? I don't know what day we're going to be doing the Queen Family Truckster. Got to stay tuned for that. Not the Dutchmobile, the Queen Holiday Family Truckster. Adorned in over 3,000 LED lights. And I think we may go for more LED lights this year. We may go for 8,000. We may go for more LED lights than the parachute jump. So stay tuned. I might have to do a GoFundMe so we could get Crazy Coney Island Kids Queen Family Holiday Truckster in full lighting setup. Got to ask them how much money we need to raise. And I think we'll have a memorable experience. And the Groovy Walks with a $5 super chat. Groovy Walks. Thank you so much for the big $5 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $5 club. Much, much, much appreciated. Yeah, gonna need some funds for that, Mo. So we're gonna do a GoFundMe to help out Crazy Coney Island Kid, defer some of his costs to all these LED lights he's planning to adorn on his vehicle. But we're going for more lights than the parachute jump. That's 8,000. Make it 10,000 or go home. Exactly. We need your help though to get there. So stay tuned because I might be sharing a link to a GoFundMe in the next couple of days. Stay tuned, everybody. We do need a sponsor. We do need a sponsor. Absolutely. Oh, did we make it to 57th Street? Wow, ladies and gentlemen, 57th Street. Billionaires Park South Tower right here. The Central Park South Tower with the highest occupiable floor in the Western Hemisphere, 60 feet higher than the observation deck at One World Trade Center. Right there. Valerie Ann, absolutely. That's how it works. I think Morris and Double Check will be decorated, Diana. Yes, they will be. Gonna need lots more Gorilla Tape. Bloody hell, this whole intersection's all effed. What a clusterfuck. I don't know ABX Girl. I don't know who he was referring to, ABX Girl. But we're not gonna go to Bellevue. We're not going to Bellevue. Yeah, you guys gave him gas money last year. Thank you so much, Darren. I appreciate that. The LEDs are going to be for what? We're going to adorn the Crazy Coney Island Kids car in LED lights for the Operation Christmas Tree live stream. I am in Midtown. Yes, I am. Yep, the Normstrom Tower, the Central Park South Tower. The Normstrom Tower, 157 West 57th Street, and then just behind that is the Steinway Tower. But we are in the heart of Midtown right now. 257 likes and 327 people watching. Hit that like button, people. Please hit that like button. Hit that like button so more people can find this live stream. Can we at least get to 300 likes, people? Can we please get to 300 likes? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's defy death. Let's defy death right now. We're going to walk into the street here. I am not going to let this guy drive here. I'm going to get right up on him because he is not supposed to be there. Yellow cab almost ran you over last month. Sorry to hear that. You got to keep your head on a swivel here in New York. This ain't Peoria. Got to keep your head on a swivel. This is New York. New York is enormous. 47 square miles. I think that was a Hummer. Either way, it was a car too big for the streets of New York City. We're about to enter Central Park here at Columbus Circle. Right there in front of us, the Gulf and Western Building, formerly known as the Gulf and Western Building. Today, the Trump International Hotel and Tower. One of the lightest skyscrapers ever constructed by man when this building was first built in the 1970s. It was so light, in fact, that the people on the top floor of the Gulf Western Building, they used to get sick because they felt like they were on a ship at sea. But right there, the Gulf and Western Building. So, will there be a big tree in Coney Island? Valerie Ann, no, there will not be a big tree in Coney Island lit. We don't do anything in Coney Island for Christmas. The season has concluded. There's only Christmas trees out here in Manhattan Island and some big ones out in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn and Queens. But nothing in Coney Island. Welcome to Columbus Circle. And the Deutsche Bank Center off here to my left-hand side. Yes, the mini knockoff Unisphere is in front of the Trump International Hotel and Tower. The United States Steel Corporation sued the Trump Organization for having a remake of the Unisphere, and they won. They won that lawsuit. Brian, absolutely. Come on out to Coney in the summertime. All right, we're about to enter Central Park. And we're going to go to the finish line of the New York City Marathon. As we cross 59th Street, we enter Central Park. Central Park, a 151 block deep park, 843 acres large. It starts out here at 59th Street, goes all the way up to 110th Street between 8th and 5th Avenues. 11.5 million cartloads of topsoil, 27,000 trees, 3,000 plant shrubs and bushes, 9,000 benches, 142 miles of drainage pipes underneath the park, nearly 58 miles of pedestrian pathways here in the park. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan needs to get a Tesla. Okay, very relevant and good. There you go. You know, Union Square, we passed Union Square earlier. That was 14th Street. Now we're way uptown. Here it is, everyone. Here it is, this Central Park. So right here on the New York City Marathon, we turn into the park right now. They enter the park. I'm going to show you the pathway they use here. Good to see you, Teobas. Ja, so Gris. Good to see you, Teobas. So this Sunday, Marathon Sunday, the runners will run up 59th Street. The last couple of miles is along 59th Street, just outside of the park here. They come around, they come right along the side here of Columbus Circle. They run right down here, and then this is the pathway right here. They use this pathway to enter Central Park. So here we go. We're going to enter Central Park, and we are now officially on the New York City Marathon routes. Upper West Side, Edward, Upper West Side. Is there a movie you think best highlights Central Park? Mr. Stu, the best movie I think that highlights Central Park is it's called Kramer versus Kramer. There's a great scene where Dustin Hoffman teaches his son how to ride a bike along the mall here in Central Park. IC, that sign does not exist, IC. That's a pretty weak joke, IC. What are you, 12? I think IC is 12 years old, everyone. Go play Roblox or something like that with those weak-ass jokes. Hello there, Mazur Guru from Seattle. Welcome. Oh, they're putting up all the fencing for the marathon now. They are getting this place into marathon readiness. 52,000 people are about to run in the New York City Marathon on Sunday, and we will be here for that. You know what Roblox is, IC, because you play it every night. Is that the 7th Avenue entrance? No, this is the 8th Avenue entrance. Columbus Circle is at 8th Avenue and Broadway. All right, we're now officially, we are walking the marathon route right now. So we are going in the direction of the marathon right now. This is it. This is the last 0.2 miles. And the exciting part about this is that the last 0.2 miles, it's uphill. So these guys are running in the opposite direction of the marathon. We are walking in the correct direction of the marathon. But this is it. This is where this is where all the adrenaline is pumping. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. You are doing this. You might have been running this course. I'm pretty sure I could walk the marathon course in about 5 hours. I'm pretty sure about that. Did we lose sound again, people? Did we lose sound? Let me know if we lost sound. I don't think we lost sound. I don't know why people keep on saying we lose sound, but did we lose sound, everyone? Did we lose sound? Did we lose sound? Nope. Okay, thank you so much, S. Fields. That's what I figured. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I do have lots of indicators on my end to let me know how strong of a signal I have, and to also know if my microphones are working. So if you lose the sound, please refresh the stream. Thank you so much there, Bagels and Walks. Sound is golden. I like that. There you go, Edward. No, well, Edward, I don't think it's torture. I don't think it's torture. It's something to make you feel strong. And, but yeah, over 325 different movies and TV shows have been filmed here in Central Park. Will I be using my bike? No, Diana. This year we're not doing the bike ride because I haven't ridden my bike in close to a year. So I haven't ridden my bike in close to a year. So unfortunately, I don't know. My bike could probably do it, but I don't want to take the chance of riding a bike that I haven't ridden in close to a year. So no bike this year, but we will be doing 2 live streams, one in the morning at mile number 2, and in the afternoon, not that far from me, on 59th Street and 6th Avenue, mile 25, later on in the afternoon. We're going to be here for sunset. How do you remember all the facts? Ken, I am a completely mad person. I'm Looney Tunes, as the kids say. And because of that, I know way too many useless facts about New York City. I don't use city bikes for my tour. No, I do not. The marathon stream is going to be amazing this year. The colors in the trees are amazing. Very beautiful, everyone. Very beautiful. But this is it. The last 0.2 miles of the New York City Marathon. As you see, we're beginning to go uphill just slightly.
I don't think I'd want to go in there.
The pre-marathon pasta dinner will be happening just off to my left-hand side at Tavern on the Green. And coming into view for all you Ghostbusters fans. Ladies and gentlemen, coming into frame right now, 55 Central Park West. The Ghostbusters building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at it. Let's look at the Ghostbusters building. It's right over there. They recreated the top 4 tiers of 55 Central Park West, almost in full scale out in Hollywood for the movie. But the finishing scene was filmed here on the streets of New York, directly in front of 55 Central Park West. Right there, everyone. We do have great weather. Mazur Guru, we have amazing weather here in New York. Goldilocks weather here in New York. But there it is, everyone. Spook Central, the Ghostbuster building, 55 Central Park West. Right there. And me and my beautiful wife stayed in the building right next door recently, or last year. We stayed in the building right next door. But, RJ, are we going to make it to the World's Fair today? We're not going to make it to the World's Fair today. We're not going all the way up to Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, Queens. We're not going all the way up to Queens today. Good to see you there, John Costello. Welcome. Earlier today, I believe they painted the marathon finish line. So let's see if we can see this. No, we don't go to Times Square, BN. That was the one time we're going to go to Times Square for the month. So that is if this is your first time watching me, that's probably going to be the last time you see Times Square until next month. We don't go to Times Square very often on this channel because enough people cover it. So, yeah, 76 degrees. Nice and warm, John. Nice and warm. Look at this. Here it is, everyone. The finish line to the New York City Marathon. Yes, friends don't let friends go to Times Square. Ain't that the truth, Edward? I'm not going to run Caramello. I've been walking for 2 hours and 25 minutes. I started this walk from Broadway and Fulton Street. 46 degrees in Seattle. Pretty normal for this time of year. Nice. Yeah, this is very warm for this time of year. Times Square was a fluke. Well, we had to go to the finish line of the New York City Marathon. So, and here we are. We are here. I'm gonna get this truck out of here. Look at all this bike traffic coming towards me. So here it is, everyone. Here is the finish line to the New York City Marathon after running 26.2 miles. This is the goal, is right here, people. This is it. Not dangerous at night at all. No, oh, the Port Authority at night. Yes, indeed. Port Authority, one of the worst places to visit here in New York. But there it is, everyone. The finish line to the New York City Marathon. We have made it. This is it, right here, people. The finish line to the New York City Marathon. We will be near here on Marathon Sunday. We'll be about a half a mile away here, a mile 25. So get your snacks ready to watch one of the greatest live streams, my New York City Marathon live stream. And again, we're going to have 2 parts this year. We're not going to do the bike ride this year, but we will be doing we will be doing the, we will be going over to mile 25 via the subway. So, yeah, there is a finishing plaque they recently installed. It's on the other side. I want to show you that plaque for the New York City finish line, New York City Marathon finish line soon. But yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the news. I saw that on the news. Now, the $1,000,000 question, can I cross here? Because we're going to go, let's go see Angel of the Waters.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Look at this. They're putting out the mile markers here, guys. Your feet will be barking? Yes, indeed, Jim.
Guys, move to the side. There's a vehicle coming. Move to the side.
Look at this. The 200 meter, 400 meter, and 26 mile markers right there. How cool is that? How cool is that? Wow, the last few markers, the last few distant markers. And here's the finish line from the other side right here.
And it ain't cold out here.
Oh, no, because I did try to.
Let's make our way across the Sheep's Meadow. The Sheep's Meadow. A completely engineered landscape here. Originally on this plot of land before Central Park was built, this is where a German family-owned rock quarry used to be. Isn't that one crazy erector set? Michelle, Witch Cat Mom, welcome. It's also quite windy there. Oh no, not windy here in New York at all. Pretty nice out here today. Remember that cycling on the footpaths, it's not allowed. It's a $150 fine if a police officer decides to give you a ticket. Look at this beautiful view here. This is New York, people. There it is.
There.
Let's make our way over to the Angel of the Waters and then back down to 5th Avenue and 59th Street. That is where I'm going to grab my express bus to go home. And also my new bathroom spot, the Apple Store. So in the original movie Wall Street, the scene where, was it Bud Fox gets punched in the face by Mark Gecko? I think that happens right here in the Sheep's Meadow. It's either here or the Great Lawn. I always forget. And I love the original Wall Street movie, not the new one. Beautiful, beautiful view indeed. Let's get over, see my Angel.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go see Angel. But yeah, this entire landscape here, completely engineered. It's designed in a way so that it could rain in the morning and then the entire lawn will be ready for play in just 3 to 5 hours. Look at that. That's New York. You know, Edward, I don't think I'll ever warm up to the very skinny pencil-thin towers of Billionaires Row. I don't think I'll warm up to that at all. They're very thin, very ugly buildings, but it does kind of remind me of a city of the future kind of deal. So, it's the new skyline, and it's the skyline that I'm becoming an adult with. Kind of day that makes you happy to be alive. Absolutely. Let's go say hi to Angel. And then we'll make our way down the mall. We'll go say hello to Balto the sled dog. Virginia Slim buildings. Rob, I'm going to use that. Thank you so much for that terminology. Virginia Slim style of buildings. Welcome to my second or third office. Brooklyn Bridge being my first office. Coney Island being my second office, and my third office is right here, Central Park. I have taken thousands of people around on bicycle and foot here in Central Park. Yeah, eventually they'll blend in. Eventually they'll blend in with the other buildings. Good to see you, Barry. Yes, pencil-thin buildings indeed. Ah, you love this since you're disabled. Well, you know what? Michelle, let me do the walking for you. A lot of the buildings don't even have balconies. Yeah, no, I know. There's really big windows. Look at the Steinway Tower. Look how thin that is. That is the thinnest skyscraper in the world. It has a 1:24 width to height ratio. It's roughly the same height as the Chrysler Building. And apartments start out at around, was it $30 million? Now, the Central Park South Tower, which is this one right here, Central Park South Tower has the highest occupiable floor in the Western Hemisphere, 60 feet higher than the One World Trade Center observation deck. And the penthouse apartment at the top of the Central Park South Tower sold for the bargain basement price of $235 million. Kind of amazing. Now, a lot of people like to come here to Central Park and say that they're giving you a walking tour when they don't know anything about the park. And one of those big things that people like to say is that the width of the mall, which is just over there, is the proper width to allow carriages to make a U-turn and turn around. Well, no, no, no. You parked your carriages here, ladies and gentlemen. You parked your carriages here on the pathway adjacent to the mall. As you see, this pathway is plenty wide for your carriages to make a turn. But this is where people parked their carriages and then they walked over to the mall. And let me show you that right now. Let me show you that. If you look closely, they don't even live in it. Exactly, no, they don't even live in those apartments most of the time. Yes, indeed, Jay Hare, yes, indeed. You're more than welcome, Michelle. You're more than welcome, Flo. You need a carriage, yes, indeed. Well, this is the mall. What you're seeing out here is the only straight pathway in all of Central Park and one of the largest groves of great American elm trees outside of Washington, D.C. This is the third planting of these trees here in the park. And these are a Central Park kind of breed of great American elm trees. These elm trees have lots of resistance to various diseases and pests. There's roughly 400 great American elm trees in this grove alone. You can find around 3,000 great American elm trees across Central Park. And the reason why great American elm trees survive here in Central Park is because the city of New York grew up around Central Park in time against Dutch elm's disease. And Central Park is showing off today. Look at this. Just look at this. The only straight pathway in Central Park right here. Look at that. This is where they filmed that scene in Kramer versus Kramer where the father teaches his son how to ride a bike. It's literally right here. Look at that, really showing off today. Really showing off today. Yeah, isn't that neat, Groovy? Groovy walks. This is years. You know, I've done so many walking tours and bicycle tours here in Central Park that I'm always learning stuff about the park, and you know that's one of my more favorite little things, factoids there. Isn't it beautiful? Let's quickly say hello to the angel of the waters, and then we're just going to turn around. Off here to my right-hand side is the Namberg Bandshell. Namberg Bandshell, built in 1923. Many famous people have performed here, like an unknown Bob Dylan, the Grateful Dead, Jimi Hendrix, the Jefferson Airplane. But my favorite event happened here back in 2020. In April of 2020, the New York Philharmonic had a spontaneous concert here. And when I mean a spontaneous concert, they played an entire opera, all movements of the opera right here for New Yorkers, completely at random, completely spontaneously. It was one of those moments where you knew that while living in a pandemic was scary, you knew that it would eventually end. And that happens literally right here. Rob Law, they go through a lot of leaf bags. Over 325 horticulturists manage Central Park throughout the year. Costs around $84 million a year to maintain Central Park, and about 95% of that money comes from the Central Park Conservancy. Central Park Conservancy, created in 1980 to manage the park. Very little city money actually goes into the management of Central Park. The city only pays for the maintenance of basically the main drives of the park, the main loop road. Ah, awesome, Paula. All right, so here we are. This is Bethesda Terrace, and Bethesda Terrace references the seasons of the year. I'll show you two of those seasons. Here's autumn. This is the column representing autumn. As you see, autumn, you have the witch here for Halloween, even the jack-o'-lantern. You have the owl, which basically shows the lack of sunlight. And then, excuse me, I'm sorry, man.
That's all right.
And then right here we have the school book, which shows you going back to school in autumn. So autumn. And then let's go to spring. Spring is right across the way from here. So spring, we have the rooster, because the days are getting longer. We're getting more and more sunlight. And then here's the sunlight period. Sunlight right here. And then on this column right here, this shows you the spring harvest, which is right here. And there it is. Autumn and spring. And I have to keep moving because I had an audience. People really do think that the camera is on my face, which is kind of funny. People were waving just now. Absolutely groovy. Norman, good to see you there. Yes, I cannot wait for Marathon Sunday. That's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be a great day. JR, you know, other people walk. I give you a tour. Other people could put tour in the title of their video. I actually give you a tour. And because I'm a licensed New York City tour guide, professional licensed New York City tour guide for 10 years, I don't need to put the word tour, walking tour in the title of my videos. If you ever see that, by the way, you're probably being lied to. So we're not going to go down to the bottom of Bethesda Terrace today because we're going to come back to Central Park in a few days. So stay tuned. But this column down here is winter, and this column down there, that is summer. But there it is, everyone, the Angel of the Waters Fountain. Bethesda Fountain, built for the opening of the Croton Aquifer, the first freshwater system for the city of New York. Most of the water features here in Central Park, except for the Harlem Mere, are all fed by that Croton Aquifer system. The Angel of the Waters Fountain, referencing the Gospel of John, her hand outstretched, blessing the waters of Bethesda. Her hand, she's actually a quite ordinary looking angel. Rather ordinary looking angel, not too flamboyant. So when she was first unveiled in 1871, she was called the Milkmaid by some people in the press. But her other claim to fame is that she's showing just a little bit too much leg. Quite controversial for the time. This is the first public commission work for the city of New York designed by a woman. Her name was Emma Stubbins. Look at that view, unbelievable. Caroline N., how long have I lived in New York City? My entire life, 42 years. But we've made it to Central Park, all the way from Lower Manhattan. Just beyond the Angel is the lake, no special name, just called the lake. And then beyond the lake is the Ramble, the most wooded area here in Central Park. And one of the only areas in Central Park that does not have any lights on the pathways, so do not go there at night. It gets rather dark. Oh, there it is. Then we have a happy little accident here. Here is the skylight for Bethesda Arcade down below. And this is almost the very center of Manhattan Island. But if you saw the movie The Avengers, this is where Loki teleports from, is right here. But this is about the halfway point of Manhattan Island. Manhattan Island's about 11.5 miles from north to south, and this is about halfway. Flashlights are not recommended in the Ramble. No, 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 Coney Island Gym. Exactly. You do not want to walk around in the Ramble at night with a bright-ass flashlight, because somebody will yell at you, "Shut that fucking flashlight off." How large is Central Park? 341 hectares. 341 hectares long, or 843 acres. 51 block deep park. I said 151. 51 block deep park. The 51 block deep park. 843 acres, 341 hectares. That is how large Central Park is. We're now making our way south along the mall. Yes, Valerie Ann, yes, the Harlemere is fed by a spring called Montaigne's Rivulet. And the natural spring still works today. It fills up the Harlemere with all of its water, and then the water goes into a pipe and then continues its natural course to the East River. John, this isn't a walking video, this is a tour. He was here last week in September, took a rickshaw ride. Nice. All right, let's make our way south. Coming up next, we'll go say hello to, let's go say hello to Balto the dog. Seneca Village was not a subdivision. Bloody hell. Subdivisions were not invented in 1810. Seneca Village was a village, started coming together at around 1805, 1811, when the grid plan is established. The village kind of shifts, and then at the same time, the Crowan Aquifer, the receiving reservoir for the Crowan Aquifer, is built, today called the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. That cuts Seneca Village in half, and then after that, in 1854, they begin building Central Park, and everybody had to clear out of Central Park. They used a very crude form of eminent domain to clear people out. There was roughly 1,500 people living in Seneca Village at the time of Central Park's construction, and there's nothing left of Seneca Village. But Seneca Village, the largest free African-American settlement in the United States at the time. And Felix de Master, celebrating 10 months of membership to Dutch Moz Plus. Thank you so much, Felix de Master, for being a member of Dutch Moz Plus. Much, much, much appreciated. Thank you so much for having faith in me as a content creator. More exciting adventures to come, more exciting members-only live streams to come. So stay tuned and hit that like button, people. We're at 300 likes. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Groovy Walks. Thank you so much for all the likes, everybody. Thank you so much for all the likes on today's video. We're now making our way south along the mall. Our next stop is going to be Balto the sled dog. But Central Park is showing off today. Look how beautiful it is. Again, 27,000 trees, 3,000 plant shrubs and bushes, 142 miles of drainage pipe beneath us, 58 miles of pedestrian pathways, 9,000 benches. We used 266 tons of gunpowder to sculpt the glacier rock here in Central Park. That is more gunpowder that was used in the Battle of Gettysburg. We moved around some 2.7 million cubic yards of rock. And with that leftover rock, we built some structures like the Gatsbo Bridge and Belvedere Castle. The Sheep's Meadow, we just walked past it. It's right over there. Sheep's Meadow is just to the west of the mall. Yeah, Mo, kind of hard to believe this is all man-made. But as Frederick Lahr Olmsted and Calvert Vaux put it, they're going to work with nature, not against it. They wanted this to look like a very naturalistic landscape here. Moz Guru, thanks for subscribing to the Dutch Moz family of networks. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe for more exciting adventures here on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. All same name, at Dutch Moz. We're now going to hang the left-hand turn. Going to begin to make our way towards 5th Avenue. And next stop is going to be Balto the sled dog.
Shift network.
You the 300th there, Nelly. Thank you so much for liking the video. Frederick Lahr Olmsted Calvert Vaux would be quite proud how good the park looks today. And I mean, this is going to be the kind of weather we have on Marathon Sunday. Oh my God. Marathon Sunday is going to be fantastic. Marty Lewis, thanks for being a member of my channel for the last 9 months and 27 days. Much appreciated. Do I know who designed Central Park? I just said their names. Frederick Lahr Olmsted. Frederick Lahr Olmsted is an American-born landscape architect, and Calvert Vaux. Calvert Vaux, he's just a regular architect. Calvert Vaux designs a lot of the infrastructure here in the park, some of the buildings and bridges here in the park. And he also designs a lot of the pathways here in the park. And Taxi for Mark wants to know how I got my username. My username is because New Amsterdam was founded by the Dutch, and my nickname in high school was Maz. So Dutch Maz. That's how you get my internet name. The runners will not be happy. It's too warm. A good temperature for marathons, it's around 58 degrees, 55 degrees. Me too, John, me too. I would love to see a concert by the great Paul Simon here in Central Park. Good to see you, Trucker Lee, welcome. And here it is, everyone, to the indomitable spirit of the sled dog. Here is my favorite one of my favorite statues here in Central Park. Here is Balto the sled dog. Back in the winter of 1925, Balto the sled dog saved 225 children's lives in Nome, Alaska. He went over mountains, he went over rivers in the blizzards, delivering the antidote to diphtheria to the children of Nome, Alaska. Saved 220 children's lives in the winter of 1925. Just 10 months after he saved those children's lives, Balto was here in Central Park for the unveiling of the statue. Balto was right here, right to the side, right over there, for the unveiling of his statue. How accurate is the movie? Rob Lowe, they clean up the story quite a bit. Well, there it is, everyone. Today you can see Balto the sled dog. He is stuffed in a natural history museum in Cleveland, Ohio. But there's good old Balto. Balto's last years on this earth were not very pleasant. His owners used him for various gambling debts and whatnot. So the last few years of his story were quite sad. But he's here in Central Park. Look at this beautiful, beautiful views over here. No Taxi for Mark. The Home Alone areas were filmed over in the west side of the park, but we are going to be finishing across the street from the Plaza Hotel. Yeah, Balto's dogs are really heroes. Yes, they are. But yeah, Balto's last years on Earth were not the best. They all went to FHHS. Okay. As we're going to go underneath the 65th Street Traverse now. You know, when Frederick Lahr Olmsted and Calvert Vaux were designing the park, the city was pretty far south from us. The city only came up to about 42nd Street. And then the rest of the way was literally just dirt roads up here. But they knew that the city of New York will grow around the park, so they created these sunken and elevated traverses to separate pedestrian traffic from carriage traffic. Forest Hills High School. Ah, okay. How about scenes from Elf? The Elf scenes were filmed also over near the west side of the park. We're not that far from there, but it's on the other side of the park. We're on the east side of the park right now. What kind of dog was he? Balto the sled dog was what do you call it there? He's a sled dog. He's a husky. All sled dogs are mostly huskies. Yep, Siberian Husky. I'll see you later there, BN. As we pass the Central Park Children's Zoo right now. Henry, I don't know how old Balto was when he passed away. He lived quite old. I think he was like maybe 17, 18 years old when he passed away. When he delivered the antidote to diphtheria, Balto the dog was just about 2.5, 3 years old. He was quite young. Me too, Ken, me too. You got it. And we're coming up on the Delacorte clock as we pass under 65th Street. We'll start live streaming in Christmas around Thanksgiving there, Blondie. So here's the Delacorte clock. We're not going to hear the Delacorte clock ring because I don't feel like waiting 25 minutes. Yes, you can't have high tea at the Plaza Hotel. If I hit the Powerball tonight, I'll be spending a week at the Ella Louise Suite in the Plaza Hotel. See you on Sunday, Taxi for Mark. See you on Sunday. Love this area, me too.
Come on, Valentina has to go too.
Let's see if we got any, do we have any sea lion friends over here? I'll see you later, Nelly. Let's see if we see any sea lions here. So these buildings to my left, right now behind me, that's called the Arsenal. And the Arsenal actually predates Central Park. The Arsenal was built, I believe, in 1849, 1848. Central Park is gorgeous today. Where is the, you don't see any, the sea lions are hiding from us. Oh, there we go. There he is. Yay. Do they still have, yes they do, Zito. Tunisia, I never get tired of this park either. Absolutely, JR. Hey. Keep on coming out of the water right over there. There you go. There you go. But yeah, this building here is called the Arsenal. This predates the park by like almost 20 years. Again, the first section of Central Park opens up in 1858. The full park is realized by 1872, but we were still building landscapes here in the park as late as the 1880s and 1890s. But to be honest, Central Park has probably never looked this good in its entire history. When New York City managed Central Park, you know, it was in quite disrepair because this has a lot of moving parts. So this was a very intricate piece of landscape architecture. And now, since we have the Central Park Conservancy to focus on the construction and the maintenance of the park just looks fantastic. The same could be said for Prospect Park and all the various other parks like the Battery Park and Battery Park City. They all look fabulous because of private donations. G, welcome. Absolutely, yes, Fields, me too. Okay, we got to try to get around this roadblock here. I don't recommend standing in the middle of a pathway looking down at your phone, not moving. This is New York City. So if you come here, please move off to the side if you get a text. Central Park was never closed during COVID. No New York City parks were closed during COVID. And actually, to be honest, you cannot close something this large. It's impossible to keep something like this closed, an area like this closed. Technically, the park closes at 1 o'clock in the morning, but there's no real way to close the park. So people still use it throughout the night. But no New York City parks were closed during COVID. Everything was open. And if anything, people came to the parks to get away, to get out of their homes and to spread their legs and whatnot. As we make our way down towards Grand Army Plaza and the Plaza Hotel, our final and ultimate destination today. No, the Central Park's workers are all, for the most part, they work year-round. This is like, this guy here is a relatively new phenomenon.
I hear that Alice Cooper's got a fancy chick. What's on this snake
It's karaoke here in Central Park.
Elton John's got 2 fine ladies. Dr. John's got 3. And I'm still seeing those same old sleazeholes that I used to see.
You're more than welcome, Steve. Back to reality. We did a little dip into Central Park today. We saw a nice big chunk of Broadway, all the way from Lower Manhattan, all the way up here. And now our little adventure, our little wander is coming to the end. It's coming to an end here at Grand Army Plaza. We're now across the street from the Plaza Hotel, which is right over there. It's time for me to give these feet a little rest, take my express bus home. But it certainly has been a pleasure taking you guys around New York City today. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more exciting adventures here in New York City. And if you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell because I never know when I'm going to go live next. How many pairs of footwear do I go through? I go through about 2 or 3 pairs of socks a month because in my regular job, I also do a lot of walking and a lot of biking. So my socks get a lot of workouts. But again, I want to thank everyone for joining me today on our lovely little walk up Broadway, a little tour up Broadway. And again, if it's your first time watching me, make sure to subscribe. More exciting adventures here in New York City. Turn on the notification bell because I never know when I'm going to go live next. But from Grand Army Plaza, here next to Central Park, here in Midtown Manhattan, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish your moments, and good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, ta-ta, bye-bye.